All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit slash WeMaxit platforms. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you a lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. So as you saw by the title, we should be getting Mr. Rudolph Speid after winning the JPL. We want to have a good conversation with him here, and I think Marlon will join us some point as well, because as you know, Marlon is a part of the Mount Pleasant side, and then Mr. Speid will be here as the victor. And we have a few questions to ask, because a lot of persons talk to me on how Spade strategized to get the win. So I want to hear from him. I want him to show me, because obviously he can't use that tactics again. So I want him to want to get some information. All right. So I have my full paper here. So people, make sure you get your paper together. Let me start by bigging up some people inside the chat. Please do hit the like button as you come in, guys. Share and subscribe. We know that we just uploaded, but this one is a little bit different, and I think it will have its own category. So it's not a problem. Lamar Williams, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Chorus in the building. Kemar, oh you do, man. Vinny Congo in the building. Then Big Bad. Drew Russ in the building as well. Neil Golson in the building. All right. All right. Chorus, big of yourself. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man. Thanks. As you guys come in, please do it like button, share, and leave your thoughts if you are going to re-watch the video on any one of the segments. All right. Yes. So let me just give you some of the facts at this point. All right. So Mount Pleasant and Cavaliers went to the finals. All right, the game ended 1-1, and Mount Pleasant lost on penalties, 4-3 to be exact. So Cavaliers defeated them. I'm going to go through the Gleaner article and give you what others thought took place. So let me start from there. Cavalier defeated Mount Pleasant 4-3 and penalties on Sunday night at the National Stadium to capture the 2023-2024 Premier League JPL title. The teams were locked at 1-1 after full time and extra time. Devante Campbell scored the opening goal for Mount Pleasant in the 65th minute, and Richard King equalized for Cavaliers 2 minutes later. All right, so that's exactly what took place, and they won on penalty. But everyone from the Mount Pleasant side told me that it was a strategy Mr. Spade used to get the better of the situation. But based off that simple argument, that kind of bring up a lot of other sub arguments, because if it's a tactics he used, why is it Tapa didn't counter that tactics? And then we have to start asking some questions. All right, I will save those for Mr. Speed when he comes on. Yeah, because if you're getting these successes right here, oh, the future looks for you. Those are the questions that I really wanted to ask. All right, because at the same time, we have to always tie the Jamaica national team with these games, because at the same time, remember, most people stated that they weren't getting the exposure. So because they weren't getting exposure, these are moments for them to get exposure. Because, for instance, once you win the league or come second, I think you should automatically qualify for the Champions League CONCACAF version. All right, so that is added exposure. So with all of that, maybe some tweaking can happen as it relates to how people assumed that these guys are not getting the exposure, and also some of the individuals that have performed. What are the future for some of them? Those are the things that I really want to find out. All right, boy, Topper Speed kills. One Cavaliers. Okay, so we have Cavaliers fans here as well. Float manager, massive respect. And this one is not going to be a long one. I think maybe 2 hours or so. All right, because as I've said, I'm doing like 2 videos on a day. That's a lot. That's a lot for me, to be honest. So Mr. Speed wanted to roll up, so we have to give him that spot and hear him have to say, if he's going to brag on the big bad Mount Pleasant. And at the same time, we have to ask, we are going to throw this one out there, people. We are going to throw this one out there. Mount Pleasant, we know the first thing come to mind. All right, let me ask you guys. Let me not speculate. Let me ask you guys. What's the first thing come to your mind when you're talking about Mount Pleasant? Like as it relates to Jamaica football. What's the first thing came to your mind? Because the first thing came to my mind is to say that Mount Pleasant is like the Manchester City. Mount Pleasant is like the Manchester City of Jamaica. So that means they are the financial capital to get every player. So for Cavaliers to be so consistently right there with them, neck and neck, oh, you have to ask the question, how good are these players Mr. Speed has, and also how good of a coach Mr. Speed is, or how not qualified Mr. Mr. Tupper is. All right, because if you have the better team and you have majority of the advantage in your favor, I think you should carry out the result. You know, so those questions need to be asked. You know, yes. So either we're gonna give Mr. Speed his credit, or we have to take away some points from Mr. Tupper. All right, yes. So I know that you have Demo and those guys that will be coming in, and they are going to be asking their questions. Triple E, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. One Speed badness. Who should be more embarrassed? The former national coach or the A-list coach? No, you can't. You can't put it that way. Look, Mr. Spade has the qualification, and he's out here playing in a lot of leagues. So you should look at it to say that maybe he gets the opportunity, no, the experience. Because remember, Tapa coached with the national team, but not necessarily going out there with his team to fight these battles. So Mr. Speed has the experience over him to play in CONCACAF competitions aside from the national team. All right, so everybody might have their own advantages there as it relates to experience. All right, all right. So you see it money. So all right, Chelsea of JPL. No. Why you guys want to take away everything from Manchester City? Oh my God. All right, Lansley, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Cavalier squad has more experienced at club level. That's what I was looking at. All right, that's what I was looking at from my point. I'm not picking up from Mr. Speed, or I'm not picking up from Mr. Tupper. I'm just giving you my take based off me watching these games over time. I would think that Mr. Speed is more experienced than Tupper, and that is not even a question. I think that is just a fact right there. So Mr. Speed have the advantage right there over Sir Tupper. But at the same time, Tupper has endless resources, and it should not be so easy for Mr. Speed to get the win over him. All right? Yes. So we have to give Mr. Speed his credit to get the win over him. All right? Yes. It doesn't matter how we want to look at it. We have to say the truth. All right? All right. Let me get the title here. 1 second, people. I'm just... right here. 1 second. All right. Speed show us that he's a good coach, using a lot of young youths to win again. Yes, I have that on my paper. I'm just not letting you guys let me put up my questions from early. All right. Big up, Gary Powell. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. People underestimating Speed. He has been in football for years and one of the most technical and tactical coaches. All right. But at the same time, we still have to draw that question, because you can be one of the most technical coaches, but you still can't get over the line because you just don't have the resources. So I could see the people that's beating Tapa a little bit more to say that, oh, you lost to a team that you have endless resources coming in. You understand me? You should be showing a dominance, and Mr. Speed has to work a little bit longer to get that advantage over you, And I do believe that Mr. Speed have done an incredible job to be in and around this position every single year. All right, because remember, we had last year we had Arnett Gardens had the guy from Netherlands there as well. So they had the coaching background there. Mr. Speed still turned up to do well. All right there, and then now we have other teams buying clubs. No other franchises buying clubs coming in to strengthen the entire league, and he's still doing well. So I think what we're seeing here is just the fact that we are trying to avoid that sometimes the qualification works. you you guys have always tried to avoid that part, but sometimes give the man in their credit. All right, the qualification work. Speed beating Tapper is like Arteta beating Pep. Mount Pleasant has much more talent than Cavaliers, and him get him ass whipped. All right. Cavaliers is a well-oiled machine. Ooh. But we saw Cavaliers went out there with bigger teams, and the bigger teams showcased that they have the different level of talent as well. All right. All of a sudden, Speed free for interview view cause him want to brag. No, 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 no. Don't say that. Don't say that, big boss. Don't say that. Let the man come and speak on his team. All right. This only prove the level where our clubs are at. All right. Fair enough. All right. No, he's not here, boss Thomas, because he's blocked from the channel. You know. He doesn't. On this platform, he doesn't behave respectful enough to deserve that opportunity to be here. Neil Golden in Jamaica, all right. Who were the top 5 leading goal scorers in the JPL? I would have to look at the list to give you that one. All right. When Cavalier beat Mount Pleasant next year, Tapper are gonna lose him job. All right. But would you not consider the amount of money they spent that he should have lost his job to? No. And maybe hire someone that can bring in a system to get the best out of these guys, or you think it's okay? Because man like Marlon and those guys will tell me that it's already okay. You understand? I'm just asking for more persons that have more education on the league than myself. I'm just asking if you think that he should have lost his job already, being that I have watched them played, and I am not 100 pleased with the style of play. I think they could have gotten more, because obviously if you're already better with the players, I think you should have a more dominant style of play. And sometimes I think if people works the ball a little bit better and have a proper organization, they can cause them all sorts of problems. At least that's what I saw from their team. You know, I'm not beating them because Marlon, I know Marlon support the team. All right. Big up yourself, Owen. I'm pleased about the progress of the Cavalier team, especially the fact that the team's oldest player is 25 years old. That is an expired triple E that I wanted to talk on. All right. He deserves to brag. I would say so as well. All right. Yes, he should be out. He win one and last one, so no problem. All right, fair enough. Man with the 100K JMD transfer budget. 100K. Who has the 100K JMD transfer budget? Is it that cheap for players? No. I don't believe it, Jason. I think Tapa has maybe a easy 35-40 million budget. Yes, because you have to pay for the players. You can't pay 5,000 for big players. Based on the investment the club made to get the best players. Okay, and I agree with you there. That's where I'm standing as well. All right, I'm not moving from there. Chorus Carniff. Okay, I agree with Owen. Okay, all right. JD Tapper had more experience coaching against. No, but you can't look. The national team players are way different levels than what we have in the club football in Jamaica. We have to be respectful to that. We have Leon Bailey, we have Ethan Pinnock, we have Mikel Antonio. Those are poised players at the highest level of football. So what we're having in the JPL is, and especially in Cavaliers team, are players that are just trying to translate to the level of professional players at this level and trying to go up. That's why I gave them so much credit, because some of them are barely able to drink, and they're out here bossing around big players. All right, grown men. That's what I was, grown men, and that's what. You see weird that I am Mr. Speed spokesman, you know. So I'm not going to give Mr. Speed any more credit until he can turn up. Until he can turn up. All right, until he can turn up. Until he can turn up for himself. All right, I'm not going to be spokesman. No, man, no, no. Boss Thomas, Boss Thomas, look, if you give Pep Guardiola a weaker team in the Premier League, don't believe that he's going to just dominate the Premier League. So you can't use because he has experience with the national team. The quality is different. The competition is different as well. All right. But I understand where you're trying to come from to say that once he can coach, you will see the impact. But he's in the finals. So that means he has made an impact. All right. Yes. Mount Pleasant needs a more forward-thinking coach. The team is too good to be playing that style of football. Well, that I can agree. Spade said him budget is 100,000. Oh my God! All right, Mr. Spade, you need to turn up for us to get all of those 100,000. So that means. Jason, we need to try and invest a little bit more in the big bad Cavaliers. Then, if they have 100,000 JMD a year budget, no, that's not true, Jason. I think he made a mistake on that one. I am gonna ask him about that 100%. I'm gonna ask him about that. That has to be a mistake. And Demo alone be spending 400,000 on an apartment for 3 days. He could have just paid 3 years out of budget. All right, Dima said we're back again. Yes, Mr. Speed said he had a specific time and wanted to just fit this slot in, so I can be off to the moons with my lady, you know. Yeah. Big up yourself, Brian Burke. I hope I've redeemed myself. I've not been on the eight wagon of what, Arsenal. Yes. Tapa good for the JPL, because I love to see the way he set up his team, but he lacks a transitional football. Okay, fair enough. Spade deserves some credit still, because this team are very young. I think it shows me a lot, you know. It shows me a lot, all right? Shows me a lot, all right? So you guys never got any notification because I've started the next stream too early? Let me know. You guys have not gotten any notification? Mount Pleasant have more quality than everyone. Yes. What we're gonna do? We're gonna use that. We're gonna use it to judge next year when they do get into CONCACAF. Once they do get into CONCACAF, then I will judge. Once they get into CONCACAF, I will judge. Guys, come on. Now you can see the likes and the fact that we have not even reached 50 likes already. I thought we already passed 50 likes and gone up into the serious amount of 1,000 likes, you know. So get the likes up on the video. Leave your thoughts, even if you don't have anyone, just drop a congratulation, you know, just to show that you're not eating on the man's success, you know. I could be in the finals coaching Mount Pleasant JD. Okay, all right. That means you guys are not giving Tapa any credit for that. He doesn't really buy established players. That is why. All right, okay. Leading goal scorer, Brian, 17, Dunn, 16, Calvin, 13, Reed, 13, and Fletcher, 12. Okay, so that means the goal scoring thing drop. All right, so that is something to look out for. All right, yeah, man, do better with the likes, guys. You can't give me any excuse now that you have not seen the like button. This feature has the like button. All right, yeah, man. I have so much features. This is the StreamYard features. All right, so this is different. And then my next one setup. Speed has been to the last 3 finals in 4 years. Yeah, got the YouTube and Discord. All right, thank you very much. All right. Demo, this stream is not about you, Demo. If I miss your comment, big boss, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna look for it because I responded to Demo's commenting about this man. This man. Ego knows no bounds, you know, man. Cavaliers is a team. Mount Pleasant is are individuals. Okay. All right. Let me see what Demo says because he claimed. Okay. Yes, because obviously we had called his name. Tapper made two finals, won and lost on penalty. Only on top the league format. Okay, so he's saying that we're he's picking up for Tapper clearly. All right, and we knew that because before we even started the stream, we had said that Dima will be the one here just opposing for opposing sake. We had said that, and this man found us late, Jason Ferran. He found us late, and he still came back doing the same thing. He's predictable. Demo, mind you're following the pattern of Drake, because we had predicted your angles, and you came with the same behavior. All right, Cavaliers and Mount Pleasant made the finals back to back. It is not by chance. They are doing better than the rest. All right. Will you be doing a Tapper interview next? I don't know Tapper. I know Mr. Speed. If you guys want to tell Tapper to come here, we have a reason. Marlon will take over that one. Because it's Marlon's friend. Maybe Marlon need to get him to come on the program. Bless up, Mr. Warren. All right. He's not okay. Demo said, just giving the facts. Demo is a special character, man. I'm telling you, Demo is something else here, people. All right. Demo is something else. All right. Yeah, man. Thanks for the likes. No, it looks like likes is moving a little bit faster on this program. So I guess you guys were telling the truth that you couldn't find the like button. Mount Pleasant has the most resources in the JPL, so they should be up there at all times. And Brian Burke, I got to agree 100% because Demo is omitting the facts. He said he's giving the facts, but yet still omitting the blatant facts as well. Because it is a fact that one have less resources, and that is important. So we have Mr. Spade here, so we are going to get into the conversation. Hello, Mr. Spade, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
All right. People say all of a sudden you can get interviews. You're bragging, so can you just let them know that you deserve to brag because you won the competition?
I don't know why they say that. I'm not bragging. It was hard work.
Hard work.
I'm trying to recover.
Okay, nice. Because I had my paper, once you told me that, we can get the interview, I had my paper writing down things, but maybe you don't want to give away some of your secrets still. But I don't think it's secrets anymore because you had won it and you might not use that same system again. Because Tapper might learn some more things, some more tactics, I had to tweak it a little bit more,
Now, every game is different. So even the game that we played against them during the season, those are counted for nothing. The tactics is always different. And depends on how you coach too. During the season, most time I just stick to my game model. I don't care what you play. Because that's what you want to get straight. But then in playoffs now you have to tweak because you're really up against good teams and they would have been planning for your game model too.
So with the vast capital of Mount Pleasant, you keep on being in the final four of everything every year. We just explain it because that's what's puzzling everyone here. So let me hear from you.
Well, is the final for the last 6 years since we came back to the Premier League after being relegated. So one of the things is when we were coming up from Super League to Premier League, we did have our Premier League team from that time, a young set of people that we came through the Super League with. So by the time we went to the Premier League, the players was 1 year old and wiser. And it just kicked on from there. But what the difference between us and a lot of teams, when they are trying to get the Premier League, they go and look for old Premier League players. We didn't do that. We just build with young players. So like Alex Marshall and Nicholas Hamilton played Super League for us. So that was their introduction to big man football when they came out of school. So they had 1 year that they were just playing all of these big men. So by the time they reach Premier League, they were already seasoned against playing big men, and they were now experienced. So the improvement just kept on coming with, after playing a lot of games. So I think that is kind of one of the secrets. How we came up is one of the secrets, not necessarily what we do in the year.
Okay, nice. So that means you always kept a core to, even if you are adding 3-4 per year, you always have the core to keep on recycling things.
Correct.
Okay, nice. People complaining because they said you had told them that you're just working on a 100,000 JMD budget. Is that true, Mr. Speed? Are they miscalculated the end part of the 100,000, like the JMD?
No. I've never spent more than 100,000 Jamaican dollar any year to buy players. It's true, and that's what I said. But some years I actually earn money because I would be able to offload some players that didn't quite fit in what I want. And my players are not really cheap. So some of the time I'm really working on a deficit budget, not even spending the 100,000. It's true.
Okay, but no, we understand that the 100,000 was just about transfers, not necessarily your wages, because you have to pay the players them.
No,
and that is
transfer budget.
Okay. So now it makes sense, because I was saying, is that even possible? Are these guys not getting anything to play and performing so skill? So let me get into it now, Mr. Speed, because Marlon never even waited, because obviously it's in the night when you guys playing, so I can't stay up to watch it every single games. So I've gotten the full game. People clip it and send it to me, like record it and send it to me. Before I even woke up the next morning, Marlon already have his excuses saying that, Mr. Speed use a tactics, and because Marlon Nelson, Mount Pleasant is his team, and Tapa is his friend, so everybody's keep telling me about the tactics that you use, but that's not a part of coaching. So why are they saying this? Is that they don't want to give you a credit?
I'm sure they're giving me the credit. That's why they say I use a tactics, because that is what coaches do. I mean, when you know that the team is a juggernaut, I mean, I have to give it to Mount Pleasant. They're a juggernaut. Them roll over people. I mean, them not easy to deal with, none at all. There's a running joke which I must share with you, that when Al Grimson came, he went around to all the Premier League clubs and picked the best players. 6 months after he came and picked a squad, a local squad. 6 months after he came back and picked the same players, and all of them was at Mount Pleasant. So the team is, I mean, they are able to field 20 people, and when you look in the stands, you're talking about people like Crocker that used to be star player at Waterhouse. Those are the people in the stands, So it's not a joke. They have everything that they want. They have money. I mean, what they spend for 1 month, I spend less than that in a year. So
wow,
I'm just showing you the difference. Their salaries, their salaries are huge, so they have everything at their disposal. And clearly, the national coaching staff that used to coach already, boys, they have that at their disposal too. So it is not that easy things to beat. So when we realize that is the case, we just have to come up with ways. When we realize that there was no weakness in their team, we look at it, their team had no weakness, and even if they lost somebody, they can replace them with 2 people, who's probably just as good. And so we had to use their own strengths against them.
Okay. Well, that's that. Wow, oh my God! I never knew that the budgets were that far. Yeah. But you, Mr. Speed, consistently going to the champion. No crowned the CONCACAF Champions League or Champions Cup. You going because you qualify automatically by coming first. So that capital, how much it's going to raise your stake in your team? Or you're going to still go with the same process of just trying to find the best talents and try to coach them into that?
Well, we have, eventually after the schoolboy came back, we end up with 32 players in our squad.
32.
More than half of the players are 20 or younger. More than half of the players.
Yes.
In that 32 squad, we only have 4 players that never played for Cavalier as a teenager or before. Only 4 players would have come in. And there and 3 of them is from overseas, you know. And 1 is
Yeah.
Jamaican. So that's the type of squad we have. Now I don't know what is gonna happen. So we are already stacked. If you probably notice, this team that we play with this year is much better than the team that we played with last year in the final. Much better. I mean, in the final.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a much better team. Remember, we started with about 4 teenagers or 5 teenagers in that last year final. This year, them 1
Yeah.
year older and 1 year smarter, 1 year stronger. And they would have understand tactics more. So I know this team was better, but Mount Pleasant team was also better too. They went to the store. So it is good that the standard has have to lift because Mount Pleasant is there with these resources. Montego Bay also went into the market and they
Yes.
look like they are going to be coming with a lot of breads next season and a lot of players. So the truth is, people have to understand that if you don't improve, you're going to be left behind. If you notice, 3 of us went to the Caribbean Cup and only Cavalier alone made the playoffs. The rest didn't even, they didn't do so well. So you have to, that standard have to keep going. So I don't think I need a lot of players. And what I really usually do is take from the younger set of groups. So now I have 3 players that is going to probably make the national under 20 team. 3 really good players. It will be a shame to drop out those players after they have played. Ainsworth have played for 4 years already. Adrian is 3 years, although he's 17. Ainsworth is 4 years, he's 18. So I'm not going to drop those players and pick new players, try to buy players to replace them when I know they have so much talent and so much upside. So I'm still going to stick with what I have.
So you don't see them moving on because the last time we heard that Ainsworth is actually getting a lot of scouts interested in him and stuff. So you don't see none of them moving on over this year because yes, I agree. Some of the players them are very good. We saw them at the U20s and we saw them in CONCACAF as well, and they never really looked out of place. Which that the league's ratings are very much wide, and the fact that they still live up to those things. You don't think that none of them will move on?
Well, I don't know, but I have about 8 players that I think can move on. But I won't know yet. Now most people taking their holidays now, they're not really coming, working so hard to get players in. I think come July, you'll start to see some interest. Of course, I've had interest for all those. For 8 players, which I just talk about, 8 players. So it is a possibility that they might go overseas. But
because Mr. Speed, what we are trying to do, we're making sure that Montego Bay and Mount Pleasant don't sandwich in, because obviously I know Marlon want that, but we have to make sure, because we like to see that it's your coaching really getting you over the top. You understand me? So we want that to stay at least somewhere, because we don't want to see all 2 of them up there and then you in 3rd place next year. So we have to make sure we give you those information that you have to make sure you stay on top of them, and you have to get some other players,
Yeah. No. But you see, instead of getting another players, our situation is that we improve the player that we have to surpass what that player would have been, because younger player improve at a much faster rate. Remember, the golden years of learning is not when you catch 20, it's much earlier. One of the things is that you don't remember any song that you learn after you catch 20. If you hear them, you kind of click, but the songs that you know word for word is really the one that you learn from about 7, 8 till you're about 16. Those ones never ever nursery rhyme, them never ever leave you. Those are the ones that you really remember all the time in your life. So so we know that. So one of the things that we strive to do is to try and get that improvement out of the player. If they can't cut it, they can't cut it, But that's what we try to do.
All right. So before we bring in Marlon, the final one that I wanted to ask, because you can't be getting away with this now, Mr. Speed, for so long. I've been watching your team when you had the injuries, when you had to play Violet, saw you put a next team together. Be honest, Violet was a very good team because they went on to the competition to beat MLS teams and Liga MX team. And to be honest, your team gave them a good fight with a weakened team. So you continue to prove yourself year in year out. We have to give it the credit right there. So you don't. Is just the question I'm trying to ask is it just Cavaliers the only team you're planning to coach? Like, you don't see yourself improving? Like, not no disrespect to Cavaliers, but I think you can still either go one level up. Like, you can go in MLS and try get a job there or something. I'm just asking. I'm just concerned because, or the national team or some of the programs in national team. Because if we say we don't have money to pay coaches and you are here doing these things worldwide, because obviously you're coming out of Jamaica as well, you don't consider yourself doing any one of these jobs? We have to
Um,
ask you, and it's fair because you have
no,
the resource. You mean the resume?
well, the JFF, I've always worked for them in some capacity. People don't know I worked under Burrell, Boxhill, everybody always asks me. And then Michael Ricketts came and said, you look like one of the better technical person in Jamaica. I want you to come out, help the JFF. And he did offer, do you want to coach a national team or you want to work as a chairman of the technical committee? I thought I could help Jamaica more by being a chairman of the technical committee and still able to help Cavalier, which is my club, which is an investment because we have shareholders in there and they made an investment, so I kind of stick around. The truth is, you would never believe it. I never thought I was good enough to coach a national team. I am not one of those people that believe that I must take the job and have a C license. It don't make no sense. People have A and pro license coaching against you. You don't have no chance. You think you have a chance, but you really don't have no chance because them can use the education and nullify whatever you think you know. Nullify you with less talented teams. And I've seen it happen over and over. So, and that is why I never thought I was ready at the time to coach a national team. I said, I need to learn more. So, and if you notice my progression, I went under my B license, then I went under the A license because, and then now I have the experience coaching. I've coached in Sweden. I've gone to the Gothia Cup twice and did some good work over there. I've coached overseas now. I believe in, and when I go on my tour, you never hear one miss up. We now no issues, everything smooth. We play, we come back, right? I now think I'm qualified to coach a national team, but before I never thought so. I'm being honest.
Okay, no, but because I'm just looking at the resume and looking at others' resume as well, and I saw that you guys giving other people a job, or not you, but the federation giving other people a job. So I'm just asking if you believe that, and some of them has other coaching job at the same time. So it's not even like, and I'm not forcing it, but I'm just saying some of the time we have to consider some situation if we can't pay for it. So I'm not telling you to take up free jobs, I'm just saying I think you could do a better job at some of these levels, especially the youth level, because you're taking youths, the same youths playing in U20s, you're taking them to win the JPL. So imagine if you took the same guys them to a U20, you might can pull off something different. And I'm just looking at it, people. Yeah.
No, as I said before, I think I'm ready now. I never thought I've seen other people do it. Just say yes, they want to be a national coach. I never thought I was ready because I know the realities of the world. The realities of the world.
so should we see you, Mr. Spade, taking a job? Like if they come to you and said the U20s, we run out of people. Here is the modules. We don't have enough capital because obviously we're running on a tight ship, which you know that because you're in that same vicinity as the work. Would you not take the job? So because I want to know.
Of course, it's my ambition one day to coach a national team. I don't know if it's gonna be Jamaica, but definitely. But because it's my ambition to coach.
You don't know if it's Jamaica. Oh my God, Mr. Speeder, improve. And now I start to believe the people when say Mr. Speeder hype, because no, you might act like say, I don't know if it's Jamaica,
No, but actually, I was interviewed by a overseas coach.
Mr. Speed, Mr. Speed, leave that. Don't go in a party. Oh my God, oh my God.
No, it's true. You see how life is. I was interviewed by overseas country to coach there.
Marlon, you hear Mr. Speed? Oh, you take that now. Oh, you take that now. Mr. Speed is saying get interviewed for overseas country. No, Mr. Speed. Go ahead, Marlon. Go ahead.
Big boss, congratulations, sir.
Yeah, man, respect that.
Congratulations. You didn't show Friday for the preview, right? Well, say you're out planning, so I see the plan was executed on the field, and congratulations, right? And another title, very good final. It was a tactical battle, right? And what I said to you Wednesday is exactly what you went and did out on the field, right? Try to nullify more present wingers, gave up the midfield and was deadly on counter attack. I think I think it's probably his best game for the season, Topi. If Topi didn't have a masterclass in the defense there, he and Austin, I think Busy and Ainsley could have really have a field along the flank and Calvin. So as I said, I think both coaching staff really put out a excellent tactical battle out there. I don't think it's what everybody came to see was end to end, but excitement was there. More present scored, equalizer was, as I said, that same thing happened to Arnett. I think I saw you guys did it 3 or 4 times for the season. Score, equalize in 2 minutes, came back again. Because even when we scored, I was saying to fans like, we need to get the ball and slow the game down and keep them off for the next 5 minutes. And a minute later, it was an equalizer. But as you said, JD, about teams in the Caribbean, I can tell you that I know 3 Eastern Caribbean teams that really admire him a lot, playing style and what he's doing at Cavaliers. So probably see him in the future.
Well, I'm saying that that would have been a little bit surprised because Mr. Speed, that means we can. This is what I've come to be like respect about Mr. Speed, because he started with he had a stance, then he learned more. He said he came and learned more, and then he's adding to it. Now, Mr. Speed wouldn't say this 2 years ago still, you know. Mr. Speed would say, it's only in Jamaica I'm going to do my thing. But now the fact that he's saying other people looking at him, it sounds a little bit different still. All right, Mr. Speed, that one catch me off guard. And I know that's in this chat as well. That will catch people off guard. So, Mr. Speed, you said you have 8 of those players that you think can make the transition. Don't want to make it out anybody, but who you think definitely you could see them moving on within the next 2 years, like somebody will come in for them directly?
No, you see that that's the difficult one to ever guess. So like Rochester, I don't know if you know a player that
Rochester, he's still in MLS too, right?
Right. You saw he was just with me for 2 years and nobody was looking at him, but his stats was so good and he's gone. Similar, Pearson gone. Plays for me for 6 months. Campbell, a lot of people don't remember Campbell. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I am not gonna guess who's gonna go in, because trust me, people are seeing what they want, and it could be anybody once you're a regular starter on our team. It could be anybody. Because they're all young.
Okay. We have some questions coming in. Guys, drop your questions. Please do hit the like button at the same time. Send your questions in. Mr. Bostoma says, Mr. Speed, which coaching license you are targeting to accomplish? Because he said he has the A in this region. So are you planning to go straight up to the Europe A, or you're going to
No, I don't need to do Europe A because it's the same course. We have compared them. There's no difference. And it was done by European. I did one that was done by people that does the course in Europe. It's the same course by the same people like John Peacock, everybody used to coach Man U. Those are some of the persons who did the course. Then there's and I did also do the A license course from South America, which is a little different. So I have done basically the European what they do, and I've done what the South Americans has done, because as you know, those are the only 2 confederation that has ever won the World Cup. All editions, right? And I did try to serve too. You know, Pep went to Chile to look at what Chile does. There's nothing left for me to do except the pro license, which is I'm thinking about doing it next year. And I think I might go to South America to do it, not necessarily Europe.
Okay, but you're still looking to further your education a little bit, but maybe not overall, like the 5-6 years on a different set of license, which is the Europe complete license. You just do the pro.
No, but I have the equivalent already. I don't need to go.
Okay. But most people don't understand, so you have to explain to them that it's the same equivalent, and maybe for jobs, they're going to look at it the same.
No, jobs is a different thing now, though. You might be the same. Jobs are a little different. In Europe, if you don't have theirs, they won't give you a job in Europe. So you'd have to have. So mine, what we have here is to coach in all of CONCACAF region. What we have.
But what you do now, if you come to Europe and show them that you have this, they would have still make you skip steps, you know. You wouldn't just start from the bottom, you would have started a little bit higher. So it's still equivalent to something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So what you're doing is excellent, man. Believe me, I can't give you more respect than what I'm giving you at this point. So you said Rochester left, and you don't know who you think can really, or who people looking for. But what I'm saying now, like, because I do see Mount Pleasant and Moby as threats coming in the future, and not just threat for you, you know, but they are going to evolve the JPL so good because they're going to start get players from everywhere, like all of the quality players them. So how do you see yourself in the next 5 years to keep up with them?
Oh, well, you see, I always believe that Jamaica have talent and lots of talent. I also believe that, I mean, you can see it in track and field. I think this is the next frontier after everybody has exhausted Europe, because the new game is pace and power. That's the new game. Look at who are excelling is people who have a lot of pace and a lot of power and young. So I am not going to be changing anytime soon, because I saw the trend changing from 2014. If you look at a Spain or a Germany who play that tiki-taka thing and the more passing and movements. If you see who are the champion, France, who is probably the most successful team in the last 2 World Cups, they are all about pace and power. I mean, breaking lines. They're all about those things instead of trying to play the tiki-taka. The tiki-taka people like Mexico, Germany, Spain even made 1,000 pass. They didn't pass the first round. So people like Morocco in one match, Morocco and those teams that play without the ball. So people have to recognize where the trend is and don't look at Manchester City. That's Pep and Manchester. Those are exceptions to the rules. You have to look at where the trends are and adapt. And that is what I think I've gotten there faster than everybody else, to adapt where the trends are. That is our successful team so far.
Okay, so that is what is giving you the edge at this point, and you don't think it's going to creep up enough in the next 5 years, so you could still stay afloat for the next 5 years. Okay, fair enough. Well, I think that's a big gamble still, because these guys coming in, they have a lot of money to hire the best coaches and everything, you know. So I will be tuned in the next 5 years, Marlon. So Marlon, you have any question you want to ask Mr. Speed?
But before you go there about the coaches, I mean, we have seen them carry these 2 teams carrying coaches from England that used to coach in the Premier League. They have carried coaches from Brazil and coaches. What has happened with our coaching evolution is that them good and come, but guess what? No? We're not at the level where we're so naive anymore. We now have 5 A-licensed coaches in Jamaica. Somebody asked. We have 6 more in training. So soon be 11. By the end of the year, we're going to have 100 B licensed coach and almost 200 C licensed and about 500 or 600 B licensed. So there's an upward trend in the quality of our coaching. So even when they're carrying these overseas coaches, it won't be a walk in the park anymore. We have gotten a lot of them, local coaches have gotten a lot of them fired too already, who came in with big names.
But you think that maybe it's because some of these clubs want instant success? Because remember, if you're bringing someone from Brazil, obviously they have the education, but maybe they can't put it over the first season because they have to take a time to figure out the type of players. It's not like they're bringing in their own players from their region so they can mimic their style instant. And you as a coach know that it takes a while to get them in. So you think that they have made a mistake on that?
No. Moby did bring in some other players from Brazil. I mean, so I wouldn't say they haven't done that too. They have. And in Mount Pleasant case, they have brought in some good youngsters from throughout the Caribbean. I have an edge though. I do have an edge in all of the teams because I actually coach. I can take chances and risk for a longer period of time than most of these coaches that are employed.
Yes.
So if you're looking in a season, you might see some up and down performance by Cavalier, and people might say, see, I tell a Cavalier in a good card and draw with name a team that is in the bottom half. That's not the reason. We drew with that team because I'm giving everybody minutes. Even if the player does start to play this year, I'm giving everybody minutes. So like I got a player by the name of Watson. He came in for the first time this year. and I gave him. He played in about 15 to 18 games, and is his first year in Premier League. How many persons would start a player like that in 14 games and bring him on about 5 more games? Maybe not a lot for his first year. So some of those things, Adrian Reid came in and was one of the best players in the playoffs, easily one of the best players. He went to school, played in school, and then I started to play. He got injured, went on the tour, under 22, got injured. But guess what? When he came back, he probably had 25 Premier League games under his belt over the last 2 years. So it's not new to him. So you could see us erratic up and down in the season and say, yes, Cavalier don't look so good this year. But when it comes to playoff, we always look good.
But as you said, you have that edge, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The other clubs, them maybe they are looking for the instant gratification from these coaches, and should have just given them a little bit lengthy time, like maybe 3 years before they can really throw them away. Because you, as you said, you are part of the ownership, so maybe you can take a little bit more gamble, and people trust you over time. So I think that is the biggest hiccup they have given, to be honest.
No, I said that because of what you said about what you said down that line. I said that's probably the reason why I'll be able to compete for longer periods of time, because I have that little edge. People are afraid of getting fired. I don't have that fear, basically.
Yep, yeah, man. I agree. I agree there. I agree. So maybe that's the next help there. So Mr. Speed will be okay for the next 5 years. So let's see. Let's see. All right then. So let me see. People asking how long you're coaching, like how long you're coaching. So and then when you start realizing that you're getting really good at this, because a lot of people look like they would have wanted to take up the job to get some coaching going.
No. I'm coaching for like about 20 years, I think. Because I started coaching in St. Catherine when I was working at Westinco. I and then probably and then I stopped coaching and went back to play. So I started coaching early and I stopped coaching and went back to play. And then I think I take up coaching serious about 2003 or so. So it's about 20 years really take up coaching seriously. So and then I was
20
doing this
years.
in 2012 with Cavalier came back to the Premier League. But I've just battered in the Premier League for 4 years till we get relegated 2016. Or like 1 year I came sixth, but I was leading the Premier League that year. And then the rest of the years I was just down at the bottom till we eventually dropped out. The truth is, some of the time I didn't know why I was winning. And when we start lose, I didn't know why I was losing.
Okay. Okay.
I was just following what I knew from other coaches. And sometimes I get a good idea, but I couldn't consistently do anything right in my mind. So once we went down, I did a reflection on myself and said, say, coach, maybe you are the problem. Then one youngster said to me, coach, do not, say, coach, keep. So I decided, some of the players wanted to leave because we went down. And I said, okay. There were players who had played for other clubs and wanted to leave or play Premier League. I said, okay. The players that never played for anybody except Cavalier, I said, no, I'm keeping these. The youngsters, so that Oshie Jenkins, to Ryan, but I said, no, I'm keeping these, Alex Marshall. So that is why I kept them and came back up. Then I decided at that time, 2016, 2017, said, listen, I need to learn to coach properly because it don't make sense what is happening here. And that is the time I decided to start to seek knowledge. 2018, I enrolled in the B license, and I've never stopped seeking knowledge after that.
All right, nice. 20 years. So people, you guys have to invest in it. Not the 50 different things that you're trying to do. If you want to become a coach, take it serious. Go out there and learn. Education is the key, as what Mr. Speed said. And you think that this is going to revolutionize the footballing, like the players coming out of Jamaica? Because at one point, you and a few of the coaches in Jamaica said that you have failed the kids them. Like you guys could have done better, but you never have the education to get the thing done. So you believe that with what you guys are learning now, clearly it's showing in the JPL, in 5 to 6 years, a lot more quality players will be coming out, right?
Oh yes, because I mean, I just to give you like a secret. One of the things that we do with kids, we start to play 11 aside with 10-year-old. It's big old field where big man are play upon with 10-year-old. So one of the things that we're looking at now when we're doing this course, we kind of realize that listen, hold on. Why we not play more 5v5 and 7v7 and 9v9? a 7v7 game.
Technical ability, yeah.
Yeah, increase the technical ability tenfold. It make players learn to play both ways, whether attack, defense, because there's no real defined positions. You're not even sure what the goal scorers them yet, But when you start playing 11v11, you subconsciously decide what the goal scorers and what defenders, and you put the kid who look like him at the worst player at the goal. These type of things just come out in those type of game. So now, once we start the coaching education, we start to realize that, look here, at the D license level, we teach you to attack and defend to the moments. And we teach you, say, listen, we teach you how to build a session in terms of warm up, where you're doing a warm up, where you're doing an active two, and you're doing an active two. And then you have to link all of them to the game where you're going to play that day. So now kids are spending much more time with us coaching to getting the techniques right. And then the smaller sided games will give them much more practice. The 10,000 hour rule that people claim to work. So coaches will now understand that the more you stick with the technical development at certain ages, it's better the player gonna become eventually. So I expect, like in some developed countries, like say Iceland, I can tell you that if they're playing scrimmage, it's probably an A-license coach coaching them. If we ever reach where, so we have a program now that even primary kids will have to be coached by a C-license coach. You see where we carried? Remember before, C-license coach was coaching Premier League and national teams. So we have a 2-year program which we and the minister working out. Minister of Sports said, listen, no, primary school kids must be coached by a C-license coach, which is equivalent to what they do in Europe anyway. So
Yeah.
trying to get on board to be international standards.
So people should just wait and give you guys the time, like maybe the next 5 years, to get everything kind of on a level playing field. Like for instance, just up to some standard. So the C license will be down in the lower level, and the higher level will have higher level license. So it's a good place to start from. So for instance, a kid come through the C license helped him out to a level. Within the next 5 years, he reached to the JPL because you have 17-year-old, 16-year-old playing for you. So automatically, the things that he would learn over the next 5 years, you couldn't get that in Jamaica, none at all. The level of yeah.
So what we're looking at though is for a B license coach. Once you say he's an elite youth or a top amateur, that's what we want, a B license coach to coach. So that's where we're heading. And then an A license. So eventually, if you don't have an A license, you'll never be able to coach Premier League. So that's the standard we're trying to set to build up our stock of players.
That is nice. That is nice, man. That means people should pay attention to these things that you're saying. Because that sounds like something revolutionary for Jamaica. That would be the solution. That would be the solution to what we have been complaining. Hendrik said, congratulations, Mr. Speed. Is the criteria that players from the winning JPL team will get an automatic tryout for the national team? No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Mr. Roy Roach said, when is Jamaica hosting an A license course?
Right. So we're in the planning stage now, so we should get it done before the end of the year. We'll start it. It's not gonna be, these courses take long, sometime 9 months, sometime a year. So we're gonna start one before the end of the year in Jamaica. But I think we only have 14 spots because we have to give some to our Caribbean neighbors.
Okay, so it's not big enough for you guys to get. You have to have limited spots.
Yeah, you don't want you don't want a class bigger than 20. It get to and we can manage. And what you have to do in the course needs detailed attention from.
Yes.
It's okay. It's like when you do an A license course, it's like you go on a journey. It's not easy. You have to do 18 games. You have to analyze the opponent you're going to play, come up with a game plan. Then you come up with a training session that you're going to train that week. After you play the game, you have to come back and analyze what happened in the game with your opponent, the way you go wrong and all of that, and come up with a conclusion. And that is one game. You have to do that for. You have to do it 18 times.
Okay. And the cost is okay enough for people to afford it?
Yeah. I think it's $1,500, but you find your own hotel and food and everything. $1,500 US, I think, is the cost. No, it's more than reasonable. I mean, there's much more things to it now. I'm just giving you like one of the things. So it's very intense, and you have to pick 4 players in your squad and analyze them. And then at the end of the course, you have to tell me where you carry them go to. So all I do is a lot of stuff you have to really, it's a journey. It's a real good journey. If you do it right, you probably improve about 500% as a coach.
Golson, this is a good one. Mr. Speed, do you plan to partner with any overseas club to help Cavalier players to transition to the next level and also build the financial power of Cavalier? I would add this as well to it. Do you have any plan to like people can invest in your club? Because I heard you said 100,000 JMD. I don't know how much coming back, but I'm wondering if you guys are opening a partnership. Yes.
We're in discussion with people who want to be a part of the club. We also we want to try to be the first club to go on the stock exchange, so we're trying to work that too. As it relates to overseas clubs, we have spoken to overseas clubs that say they want to buy Cavalier, but then they don't want to pay for it. People think that one guy come off from a 1 million Jamaican dollar, which was really such a deal, because I could sell a player to Mount Pleasant for that.
1 million Jamaican dollars?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is a little bit disrespectful. I think that is disrespectful.
Not
Being that the club can generate the 1 million Jamaican dollars, I think that is disrespectful. Being that the club can generate easy well up to 100 million Jamaican dollars by just selling off players that have not even translated to the playing stage. So by shipping up 10 players, you can make more than 100. So I think that is disrespectful. But it's fair enough if you do it the way like the shareholder. Because I had the idea the other day, because I heard people saying that they wanted to go. I think I got your cup. All of you wanted to go there. And I'm saying, why is it you guys are setting up things for people to donate to help? Why not make a community invest in something that is theirs? So we know Jamaican people, they will feel more better. So if you do a shareholder thing, and people can buy into the shares, you will get the money back to do your job right there, and also they would have owned a percentage. That's what I came with the other day. So I'm surprised that you are saying that you want to put it on the shareholder place.
Yeah, well, I will want to be a modern club, and as I said before, I don't want to be like at Cavalier forever. Although people might think so. I really want to do other things with my life. I'm also a certified coach educator up to the B license level. So again, I can do that, and I like to do it. So at this point, I do coaching courses for coaches. So yeah, I would probably want one day somebody else take over most of the run at Cavalier, and still help out, but I want to do other things in my life eventually too.
Well, Mr. Speed, you changed though. I'm telling you, you're really growing. because at first you had tell Mr. Speed 3 years ago, you tell me the opposite thing. So what happened? What really happened? Is it that you just become a big coach now and I win too much now?
I don't know.
I
don't know what to talk about.
He saw something at the light at the end of the tunnel. That's why Mr. Speed changed so much. Somebody promised Mr. Speed a big job, So we might let me not talk. Because somebody promised Mr. Speed a big job. I can't believe this.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
Jason said, Mr. Speed, are you looking at other course as well for scout and agents? I think this is important as well.
Right.
I think so.
Right. So in our C license course, we introduce a topic called talent identification, because a lot of people don't know talent. They think they know, but they don't. They see somebody broke 2 people and then say, oh, he's the greatest thing. Or they see somebody always flashy. Okay, but what is the end product? Because as you know, if somebody going to buy overseas, the end product has to be there. It don't matter what you do. At the end of the day, everybody knows if he's a defender, what your job is. If he's a midfielder, what your job is. If he's an attacker, your job is. So we introduced that, but definitely we need much more courses in those. Those would have to be short courses though, or we introduce them in some of the courses, which we have. Like in the A license, we have some parts of these things. As it relates to agents though, that's like a commercial business. We're not going to get involved in agents because that's more commercial. But scouting, definitely, physical training, goalkeeper coaching, analysts. We earmark those for improvements in those, and we're going to have courses for coaches to do those.
Okay, Brian Burke says, congratulations, Mr. Speed. Do you scout and recruit players to play for Cavaliers? If so, what qualities do you look for in a player? Okay, people. Mr. Speed have to give out all I'm story them today, you know. Them not letting you go.
Yeah, no, I do. No, actually, me have 2 scouts in Jamaica. Well, a scout for me, right?
Yes.
And yes, I do have player bias. I have player bias. Look, everybody have player bias. Yes, Devante Campbell is one of the players that I rate a lot. That play for Mount
Devante Campbell. Okay, nice.
Yeah, for a long time. And I just know I wanted to get him away from Mount Pleasant when they weren't playing him, but him loyal to them and wouldn't come. But so yes, so I like fast players. I like skillful players. And I like, but the big quality that I like in players is a player who like to win and not afraid of anybody. Those are, no matter how small them is, those are the players. So those qualities, the mental side is very important to me too, not just the physical side that I can see.
I knew you was going to say that. You know why? Because the fact that you get younger kids to go up against grown men, and I saw them playing, they are moving to the spaces and not necessarily looking at the players them. And I've said, this is one of the things that I've always complained about when I saw it's like they have anxiety. So the fact that you have these guys just programmed to what they're doing on the field and not even paying the other guys them so much mind, I think that is what you need to translate to other people, because that's what I think most of the Jamaican players over the years lacked, because they got anxiety, they kick the ball away too fast. You understand me? Their controlling gets poor because they saw someone running up and they don't even know the space in between each other. So I have to congratulate you on that, because that is something that I saw. So if someone come in, they don't have that winning attitude and they don't have that composure, or you improve that in them, like, because I saw the team doing it. Everyone, Adrian Reed, those little kids, they're acting like they are not afraid of the big man them. That never usually happen.
No, so is something that, so like for instance, these are the players so we train, and sometimes the kids from the academy would come there before we finish training, and I want a player. And I always look out for the kid who's going to say, "Coach, put me in." You know, like a 14-year-old or 15-year-old. Coach, I want, I put me in. You see, once I see that, I say, okay, that's one that you want to really. Or somebody would come to you and say, "Coach, when you're going to boss me, make a mental note of those, because those are the ones that not going back, not care what." So, you know, those players, I love those players who not afraid of anybody. But we also create a winning mentality at the club, you know. So, let me tell you a secret. Our club, we have 7 persons that work for the club, basically, right? All the time. Of course, we have other people pitching. Those 7 persons, the lowest qualification one of them have is a CONCACAF C license. Talking about the manager and the physio, you know, and I'm talking about coaches. I'm talking about like everybody at the club have a license.
Nice.
With us, right? So some of the days, I might come and pick a 11 and give them the rest of the players. Say, I'm going to do this, and this, try and beat me. And then it's a battle between me and the other coaches. Sometimes they win, sometimes, you know, but then, you know, we have such good relationship that is not an issue. And we go back and we compare notes. So the players on that side is trying to beat the A team with me. So it's a big battle. And a lot of times you have to be careful how you finish the game. Sometimes it's 1-1 and we have 10 minutes left, but we still finish the game, because tomorrow, then come back and them war again because the match draw. You see, you get that mentality. So you have to kind of understand. And then when the game done, you have a reflection and say, okay, so this team beat you up, what happened? And keep you keep that competitive edge. So that's why we cannot keep that mentality, and it pays off for us. No matter how we're down, even the penalty shootout, we're down 2-0. It don't matter. The game don't finish until the last bucket. That's the type of team we have.
Nice. So pretty much you're saying that in order to bring those mentalities to people, sometimes you have to go with the people that already had it in them. So them wanted to go on the field, so that tells you that they are already brave enough, and then you try to apply the education to them. Okay, that's nice.
But JD, what I've analyzed from the team, as Speed said, it's easier to teach the young players the techniques and the technical aspect of the game, right? And when you have a player 15, 17, you look at Adrian Reed, Christopher Ensworth has been there, but no, he didn't play Monaco, right, Mr. Speed?
No, he played Monaco, but he stopped playing.
Yeah, because I know he's been playing for Cavaliers since what, age 15? right?
Yeah,
And he is a person probably
from
what, watching 100 games
2021.
though. He reached 100 games as yet?
No, 75 or something like that.
Okay, so look at that. So you have an 18-year-old that have played more than 75 club league games already. So it shows you something. And even at the game Sunday, I was telling person that why you have to give your ratings every time. You're not afraid to take the risks and with players. And I have never seen you took a marquee standout from Manning Cup or the Costa Cup and basically brought him to Cavalier. The unknown players are person don't know. So it's always picking out the special eye for talent, right? Person might say Barrett, but they know that Barrett was there from last year, right? And although he didn't play in the semifinals or the final, I think he was a key miss for the middle. So it shows you when you have confidence and you know what the youngsters can do and they buy into the program that you have, it really shows you, it comes out on the field. And you could see the discipline, JD, because as I said, More Pleasant is a superior team, but Cavalier went out and half facet of the game, especially the back three, right? King, Leng, when they need to break up the play, they did it, right? I think Leng got away with a early yellow card when he pulled back Devante when he made a mistake and gave him the ball. But apart from that, still they stood firm there. As I said, they play the defensive line. Montpellier doesn't have an out and out striker, so I think Green was more playing to the left hand side, right? So trying to do link up with Devante. So he basically tried to nullify that. In the second half, when Shaw came on, they basically drop back a little bit deeper, but they're always dangerous on the counter. And when you see basically switch up to use Busy starting on the right hand side, which he was outstanding against Arnett on the left. So it shows you where the tactical difference coming, because so they didn't have that to advance in the midfield like how you normally do. Inver comes in that midfield and the battery basically work the ball and he move around. So he was more on the defensive end. So the rotation was really good. So you could basically see what they were doing. Although I said their midfield wasn't really, it was basically non-existent for basically most of the game. I was telling somebody was probably in extra time. I saw the midfielders they put 5 passes together, so they got it. They were really quick in transition. Although most of what they played long passes were nullified by Ethiopian and Daxley. So as I say, from a tactical standpoint, I think especially the 90 minutes, both coach really equal each other there.
Okay. So it's still okay.
JD, him not bad. I give him a 6.5. Him not bad. Him get most things right.
Yeah, but I want. I think everyone pick out that part. Mr. Speed out coach, Mr. Tapa, Marlon. It's not nullified. Nobody nullified it. Mr. Speed win the battle. All right, because if you have the better players, as what you said,
Really, I think from a training standpoint, all right, Mr. Speed know that. And I've said it to him already. I don't see no defender in the league, wing back, a right centre back to stop Devante. He's direct. He's coming at you, and you know he's gonna beat you inside. He's gonna beat you outside. None of them have a stop him all season. When they play Waterhouse, I think this was the first time he was basically shut down a little bit, and every time when he start running at Leng and he basically didn't stop him. So they have to put a foul on him to basically break it up.
Oh, well, that's not what we did still. You ever hear about a resting back four?
Yes.
So that's what we did. Because we normally play 3, but because of the threat from the flank, we played a resting back four to nullify him. And we just never make him get behind us. We just make sure he was always in front. So that's really what we did to Devante Cameron. I mean, it's not a secret, but and it's not a secret of my admiration from him. I have always said if there was one player at Mount Pleasant that I wanted to be Devante, nobody else. That is
okay. So, all right. So let me, because obviously, the people always will ask you. So any one of the players them like can make a transition to the national team? Just one out just something off the top of my head. Like, you think none of them are ready for the national team as yet? Like, you would see none of them making that big jump, like how people talking about Kaheem Dixon. Because I saw some guys that I'm impressed with, Obviously, I know you take a little bit more time with your players, them, like you don't want to force them up certain levels. But I want to hear if you see other players like can make the step up like Kaheem Dixon in that development spot.
I believe Jamaica have talent like Rice Green. I've always said it, so I know that they can make the step up. The problem is with the national senior team, Jamaica, we have changed our selection policy basically to say, don't make anybody career. They must make it themselves, then we pick them. So we just going after the best because look here, it's the only team that earns money for us. So that team have to be the best player available. Me, I say just pick the best player in the world that you can find to play for the senior team. You know my views on development.
Yeah, man. I know
when it comes to the senior team, I am not. I don't see any player.
So not even the developmental spot where people are pretty much talk about now, because
there's no development spot in the senior team anymore. That's the point.
Okay.
JD, I said,
the coach. No, but the coach kind of indicate that's because remember, it's what he give to people, Mr. Speed. Because when the coach did the interviews, he's making it seem like you have a one internet developmental spot there. That he has to bring on someone that he sees with promise.
Yeah, but that's his choice, though, not from us.
I know that, but I am saying, if you don't see one of your players and taking that development,
what I've negotiated with the coach, I mean, not for my player, but for Jamaica, is that he must have a second squad, which you have seen in January and February. He would come and pick those players and work with them and use some of them when he can. But when it comes to the big matches, I don't want that excuse to say we're not going to work up because you that. I don't want to hear that on a call. And that is very clear. Very clear.
Mr. Speed look like in the because Mr. Speed make sure this. When you come on to them game, I'm not really foolish to say because
JD is the same thing. I think apart from Shakwan, Shakwan as a third choice keeper, there's nobody.
No, but you're right.
He is good. I'm telling you, Mount Pleasant, if it never him, the game wouldn't reach extra time. Because that header from Jalmar Calvin, I don't think any other goalkeeper in Jamaica would have saved that. Like nobody, no tell me, no call no name to me. No other goalkeeper in Jamaica would have got nothing nowhere near that header.
And I said it from last year, and it's funny, both keepers. Remember, so last year Chambers was the first choice, and he got a broken leg. Shakwan came in and hasn't looked back. When Shakwan went away with the national team, and when Chambers came in back again, I think 5 games, 4 clean sheet, conceded a goal in the last game. So
Chambers is good too. You're probably holding him back.
Yes, really good too. And I remember Russell's still there.
Yeah. I know,
right? So,
Chambers,
I think Shakwan is on a different level right now.
No, I think Chambers is the one with Russell is fine to be a backup, but Chambers, no, easy. So you say JD, why I tell us them have stack of 1, 2, 3, because I remember playing a game against Mount Pleasant at Jackson and Chambers was in the goal.
That's the game that you lost 2-0. The return game.
No, I must have last year. I mean, I remember. I last year. I don't remember. All I know that Atkins put one at the pigeon, and I can't believe Chambers save. I've never seen a save like that. I tell you.
It's a return game at Jackson.
Yeah, he put one at the pigeon. We can't see him save. But I'm talking about that too, because
was a one and his save.
Yeah, I can't see him save.
All right, so Mr. Speed, we know you have a time limit here, but I think you must have more time. We can go to 2 hours, right?
Yeah, man, we have more time.
We have a few more questions. These are my questions, because remember me talked the last time, and you had said I'm talking about the girls now. We're getting into the parts of now. We have this girl, Mr. Speed. I know that maybe they were the ones that spoke up. So maybe they could be the problem. The last time you said that some of these girls, they have to come in and reason out things. It's not going to just be they just come back whenever they want. They have to sort out certain things, but the others will come straight back in. Is that sorted as yet? That's what I want to know, because Bonish and those girls we saw what they're doing, So everything's sorted now, and we can see everybody to get selected, even the one them that caused the main problem.
Yeah, they are in the squad that is going to play against Mexico. I don't know if the squad released yet, but as far as I know, yeah, most of those girls that was
All right, nice. Love
yeah,
that.
they are in the squad, so that has sorted out. I mean, certain things have changed. The coaching staff is no more. Nobody from that
Mm-hmm.
coaching staff is there.
Oh,
The ambassador is not there, so there's a lot of changes. But we're moving on. We're moving on. We get a new coach, and we're moving on.
okay. So you get a coach, but the coaching staffs moved as well. Okay, nice. We
The
never
one
knew
that
that.
was there in the World Cup. The one that was there in the World Cup.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no member of that staff remain. So
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, because I just wanted that to be clear because people asking me, you had said that everyone could have been selected except one or two that maybe we have to talk to and make sure everything is all right. So we just wanted to know that RIP right now because obviously Bonisha, she's the one in the news. You heard that she got all of the awards in England, right?
yes, she's a
Yeah.
part of
So
that.
yeah, but she got injured, and believe me. I think it cost Manchester City the title because Chelsea, good God, man, Chelsea beat up everybody in the last 3 games and just come take the title from Manchester City. But it's just the one dodgy game they lost. That's how it is. These leagues, just one game, this determine the overall league nowadays. Everyone getting so good. Yeah. So that was for the girls them. So you guys have any plan for the girls because we're talking about the girls now, like you have a schedule for them? Is this just like okay, the Brazil game coming up? We have 2 Brazil games coming up, right? So was this planned with this coach or this coach just came on?
No, the squad was picked before this coach came.
Yes,
So it's
yeah.
not that the coach came and wanted these players. I mean, if we have a principal position, we'll never bow to nothing like that. That's not
Yeah.
that's the JFF of the past, not this one. So, but this squad was so we had already released the girls, made them eligible to play. Once we had satisfied what they asked about. Of course, there was some red line that they say you can't pass those, like
Yeah,
kicking.
nice.
So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we just tell them upright. We didn't beat around the bush, and so that is so all of those things is behind us. I know the new coach has spoken to them. He has told me he has spoken to all the girls, and so
Mm-hmm.
listen, we're not going back. We're going forward. So there's a commitment for everybody to move forward. So basically, of course, you're going to see some changes, and you're going to have a whole argument about what the changes are. But clearly, in this game, the new coach will have his own ideas. He has a free hand to do whatever he wants to do, just like the senior main coach. So let's see what his moves are going to be.
But these are free, not say free games for him, but these are games because he never picked the squad or he came in the time of the squad. The, the, the like the Amma is not going to throw down on him. He's going to take his time to fix things and look at how he can get the best out of this. So these are feel out games for him. So I want the fans them to know. So that they can't just beat them up and say, oh, they drop off and stuff. So what you say about that? Because for me, these are feel out games, like to get his squad together.
No, it is his team now, right? Is his team now? So and we know it's a rebuilding process because
Yeah.
some of these players definitely, probably. So it depends on him. I mean, we have seen where the US care about the winning team and the miserable. So the coach will have to make a decision. Do I keep what I have, or do I look for better player who have coming up? So all of that is his decision. One of the good things though, he would have seen a whole new squad different from the old squad. So he has a bigger platform to choose from. And also based on how his position, he might even have other players that didn't play for us that he'll be able to introduce. So it's just, as far as I'm concerned, it's just interesting.
Well, and that's why I made sure to ask that. Travis said that those questions are not necessary. Travis, I know you don't want to talk about ladies, but Mr. Speed have the information, so we want the fan base to get it because it's important for the fans to understand. So, if an extra ticket should be bought for something, they are going to buy it. That is the purpose of giving information so people can understand. So, don't say any. Travis, stop those things. Be respectful to ladies, all right, Travis, or else. We have to ban you off YouTube. Yeah, so for the boys, them know Mr. Speed. We had youth 17s, and they said more spots open. which is very much important. So, are we going all in this U17 tournament from now to qualify for the World Cup?
Yes, if you notice, we start to play a practice game already, and the qualification is next year. So this is quite probably one of the first time this intense preparation is in place. So we're improving. I must tell you too that that's a 2025 World Cup.
Yes,
Right?
25.
The 2026 team is already in training at the National Academy. We do have a team which is supposed to go to Malmo in our practice game. We're not sure if it's going to go through, but we have that lining up. Right?
Mr. Speed, please make the Malmo tournament. This is the second one in a row.
It wouldn't be my fault. But I am not even worried about these things. As I'm concerned about policy. What I'm saying that we have a team in place already, and we still have 2 years to go.
Yeah.
Give you better news. The 2027 team, we're sending that to Cayman in June. We start that one too. That's 3 years now. So I'm just telling this to say, listen, people, things are happening. Our policies are getting better, and we do have a National Academy in place where kids come there every single day, 4 times a week, to train these youth national teams. And we have 4 scouts across the island identifying talent every day as we speak. So we're trying to turn over every stone and make sure we'll find all the talents there is.
Well, that sounds nice, Marlon. Oh, you like that? So that means we expect to get a World Cup every time we go to Jamaica in a World Cup now.
Well, I basically like how they start off, because I was watching USA under 15, their under 17 team already playing friendly games. So as I said, as Speed said, for the next three cycles, the teams are already in preparation. So, and if we look back, other youth teams that has qualified for World Cup, right? 99 team was in preparation a long time, did a couple tours to Brazil, so got the exposure. The under 20 team, same way in 2001, went over to Brazil same way. The team 2011 same way. So, and I think when we look back at our last youth teams, they didn't get any exposure. Probably you might play two games under 17, might play 2 home games, and that's it. I remember back then the one that almost qualified with Paris when they drew with US, and so I think that one they got a little exposure. I remember they play US and they play Canada, I think Costa Rica. So exposure is good. So to have them starting training at this early stage, and we basically see what is going on with the under 17 team having the North American camp and the local camp as well. So, and it's a good look, and with the 4 extra spots as well, but we cannot take it for granted. So the preparation is really key.
All right, so with the CFU, Mr. Speed, because we have 2 questions to ask. The CFU, the last time we missed that competition as well, And the one thing I realized with Edie tried their best not to miss that one. So for the next CFU coming, which is the youth under 15 pretty much, because they said you're getting all of these guys ready in 3 years. It's 3 years spells, all right? So that means you would have already got a CFU team put together. So
Yes.
can we see we're going to make this CFU next time, because those are some good games.
Yeah, the under 15 team that we're trying to get to Malmo comes in. That's the CFU team.
The CFU team, all right?
Yeah, it's in training. In addition, our under 20 team is going to Mexico in a pre-tournament before the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
And in June, early June, Jamaica is sending away 5 national teams one time. That's the plan. One in Cayman, one is Malmo, one go to Brazil, one go to Mexico, and the other one playing the World Cup qualifiers. So really busy for us. And normally, the difference normally when the senior team is playing, everything else stop. All youth teams, everything. That's not the case anymore. You can see we're busy. We're trying to really get professional. And I think Jamaica is just looking up.
Based on what you said right here, everything does seems exceptionally good at this point. So you're saying that we have the finance to cover all of these things, because this is like 13, 14 movements in pretty much 1.5 years time. So you think that we have the financials to cover every single thing, or we are going day by day or month by month. How it looks?
No. I mean, the general secretary is a finance person and it's pretty good. I help out with the finance too. Or we get these things. I mean, we're in discussion right now. You soon see a big sponsorship drop, a next big sponsorship.
That's what I wanted to go straight to next.
Yeah,
You first me.
I'll tell you who it is, but you
No,
soon hear
that's
about
what I was.
right?
Yeah.
The FIFA, we did apply for the TDS program and we were successful. I mean, we are one of only 25 countries that put in such good paperwork that we actually get our coach from FIFA to help with the National Academy. In the National Academy, we actually have we have about 3 full-time coaches there, that they don't do anything else but coaching in the National Academy. And we're trying to get another female and 1 more coach. So, but the TDS program help us in that respect. A lot of funding that come from national academies from FIFA. So we are able to find funding, and we do have good people that know where to find these things. There's a rumor that there's money that we don't get here. There's no such thing. Anywhere money that we could look for it and find that FIFA.
No, Mr. Speed, I don't know Mr. Speed from the other day. Once I'm done with a video, and I'm not on the internet, so I don't know any rumor. I'm just asking based off what I knew from before to say that's because remember you had said, before the name of the JFF kind of gets stained, so it was hard for you to get more sponsorships. So that's why I wanted to lead to the sponsorship conversation to ask if that looking better now because the boys them doing well. More better news coming out for the JFF. Maybe aside from one problem, which I'm going to ask you after, but is it easier to get more sponsors on board?
Yes, because when people see our programs, and things don't happen in a nutshell. You have to look at the general. 20,000 people came to watch a JPL final. That has ever happened.
20,000?
Yes. You should have seen the stadium.
Wow.
You should have seen the stadium. At least 20,000. So, again, remember,
20,000.
During my period, that was the time we change the JPL and get an independent chairman and get professional people to focus it different from how we used to run it before. I remember before it was always a club person who was the chairman feet, and it just never had gone away. And we get all the licks for that too when we take it away, help take it away and put in a different direction. But it was always the way football had to go. So it's not just one thing that not sure. So now you had people who come to the game, don't even know nothing about football Sunday gone, but then come because it's an event, right? There was a good entertainment in the halftime. Right? I mean, they didn't want to end. There was so much entertainers wanted to do something. And so the truth is, football is really good. So these people come to watch these games.
Mm-hmm.
There are people with money, too, and so it's getting easier for them to say, boy, maybe I should do something for the sport. So it's not just one angle driving it. It's been driven from a whole heap of different angles.
And I think Mr. Speed, from a sponsorship standpoint and marketing, we see what A76 Stream really did by marketing, and we see what they start to do now by putting up the posters and everything for the national team and stuff. So I'm looking forward to see the support. I was telling somebody yesterday that I think More Pleasant had probably around 65% of the fans, but he's saying, would we see them in the stadium? I said, no, it's very hard because guess what? The person don't understand this. More Pleasant is the only team that supporters doesn't leave the team wherever they are going. They go to Arnett, they outnumber Arnett fans. Mr. Speed can tell you, when they come to stadium used to play Cavalier, they're the one up in the person understand. In the training, they're still there, JD. Right, where they train morning and evening. So you probably get 25% of them to support the national team.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get a big mass to follow the national team. Like I guess what? The marketing that they market the team, so the fans, the communities are gonna come out. I remember Centre didn't have a Premier League team for how long. And when they come and the team is winning now, so you can relate to the team. So unless it's gonna come from the club now to really inject that for the national team, you're not gonna get that big turnoff on him like that way.
I'm hoping you're wrong this time. You're usually good at what you say, but I'm hoping you're wrong. And one of the reasons why you could be, because I think if we make, say, the bleachers cheap enough, or do what
the ticket price is good. $1,500, that's normal.
That's normal for me, you're still, but...
Oh, Mr. Speed, all right.
That's normal for some people.
That's people, a person watching football over the place, right? There's no way you're gonna watch an international football game for $10.
I may agree with you, you know, but may I say to you, you have to look in at your own environment and ask yourself a question. What you want the stadium look like? Because if it jump packed for 30,000, you might give up there, but the sponsors might come and give you 50 million because them say, hold on, stadium full. So you always have to ask yourself, you know, are you preparing for the future? You have to, you know, think economics and not accounting. That's what I know. A lot of people think accounting and say, all right, I'm gonna make this if I charge this. But think about what the future holds for you. Look here, Mount Pleasant and Cavalier played the final last year. 13,000 people full up in Sabina Park. You know what people used to say before? They want Arnett and Waterhouse to go final because the people them all come out, right? Isn't that what they used to say before? Boy, if Arnett and Waterhouse and nobody.
That's true. That's true.
That's not the case anymore with the marketing and where people come in to see out and they know the rivalry. Probably the biggest rivalry in our local football now between us and Mount Pleasant. You know, so there's a lot of neutrals too who just come. But the whole idea of making it an event is what is important. Now we have 876 stream on board at JFF. I think them going to do a good job. I just hope so because they work for JPL too, you know. So I'm hoping with the same expertise they'll be able to bring out the crowd.
Yeah, and they also do Wise Champs as well. So
right. So it's just for us now to realize that some people can't afford it and do something about it. Because trust me, it better stay on full because the players want it for full to them. Want to look and see one blue yellow shirt, you know, make them and green shirt make them feel better. Because the truth is, think about it. You might break even here instead of making a profit, but you win the $9 million US because the reggae boys supported properly. So always think economics. Sometimes, you know, we kind of do too much accounting. I mean, I'm an accountant, you know, but
yeah,
but Marlon, Mr. Speed, the good thing is we're seeing that the people is there. We just need to get their interest in that specific product because they're willing to come out for the JPL, which is 20,000, and others coming out for other events. At least before, we weren't sure if we could have gotten these numbers, right?
Well, Professor said 25,000. I don't know if he know about crowd size more. Probably more.
It was a 25 because I'm someone who was there the last time that stadium was full against Panama. Right, and it wasn't really 35. I think the last time against Panama for that the 2014 World Cup is around 28 or 29,000.
That's good, see, man. If we can get an average of 28,000, that's
when you get the last time I see that stadium jump pack is when 2010 cycle when Tapa was the interim coach when they when they wanted 6 goals to go through when they beat Panama Trinity when they beat Panama Trinity that place was jam pack.
So Neil Walls to say 22,000. I'm just glad nobody say less than 20.
Yeah, man, it's around 22, 23.
No, but getting 22,000.
But JD, the evidence was there from the playoff, you know? From the first leg of playoff. Even the first set of playoff when you didn't have Mount Pleasant there, Mount Pleasant fans were still going to the game.
Okay.
Right, but when Mount Pleasant look, even the second leg when Mount Pleasant played the first game against Waterhouse. Right? They're there from earlier. The Arnett game when Arnett was playing Cavalier the first game they're out. So the same time people are gonna come out to support football. It's not like most of the Kingston supporters are coming to support their team. But when we're gonna go to support football. So it's what we are trying now to really put into the fans to say the national team is playing. So we need a support for the national team same because when you have the players come and experience a stadium, so basically 85% full. It's a different look.
Yeah. Good day, Mr. GG. Guys, once you come in, please do hit the like button. We have not even passed the 100 likes as yet, so get the likes up on the video. Obviously, we can't stop the video to ask for likes, but thanks for everyone that actually likes the video. Because we have not done a program like this for maybe a month or so, but we are back. The computers are in full effect. But I'm saying, Mr. Speed, 20,000. What is the top side we are trying to look to put the stadium? Because most of the other games that we were watching, we weren't getting 10,000. We're getting more than 10,000, Marlon? I don't think so.
I think the 100 probably have close around.
I mean,
No man, no man, I'm not. No, JPL and Manning Cup are something different. I don't know where they made these people from, but Manning Cup and JPL, it looks like they can fill a stadium. I can't understand what I'm seeing. How can you have a country, JPL and Manning Cup bringing more people than the national team? I still can't work tournament speed, but Manning Cup. All on semi-finals. Look at it can bring 50,000. Obviously, know that it's school kids, but 50,000 and 25,000. That's a lot, man. That's a lot, Mr. Speed.
No, I agree. And as I said before, when you have a full stadium, spectator. I mean, eventually the demand will rise because even 98, a lot of people who came to the stadium, they never really know anything about football. But it's an event. They have to be there when history is being made. So, that's why they are there. So it's that type of feeling we need to bring back. And maybe initially you might lose, but in a long run you're going to gain because to sell tickets hard, there's a cost of selling every ticket. But if a sponsor come and pay for all of them, you see, it's a different ball game right there. Because sometimes you'll find sponsor who gonna come with a 50 million or 30 million and say, okay, we want to sponsor the national team because you find, some sponsor can take out 20, 30 million out of them back pocket easy, and they say, oh, so I find some money running, so I just can't get the national team. But they have to feel good, and that is the good feeling that you need to get. I tell people, whenever I go to a sponsor, I always get money. You know why? Because I just make the sponsor feel good. You don't even have to talk about football. Once the sponsor feel good, they make up their mind they want to give them money already. And that's what's a fact.
I mean, that's it. One thing is missing as well, too. You see, the highlight, all right, basically is YouTube basically highlighting the national team right now. Mainstream media not doing that. And I think the other man who don't follow YouTube, when him probably 3 or 4 days before the game, he might hit an announcement on radio or see it on TV. Because there's a lot of person is when they see the sign on Sunday, they're like, oh, the national team playing. I say, hey, record qualifier.
Okay.
So we don't see it on TV. So I think from that standpoint, I think mainstream media need to really be a driving force, right? Because as I said, they have the bigger platform out there. But we on YouTube, we are pushing it the same way. When we go to the street, we push it the same way. Players and everything. So I think we just need the backing from mainstream media to really make the thing elevate again.
Yeah. So you know what I think really with mainstream media, they used to do a good job. I don't think they do a good job anymore. What happens is that because you have all the vloggers who come on and YouTubers now, mainstream media is trying to bridge what the bloggers and and YouTube bring to their thing. So they start to not carry news but carry something what they think is a topic I think is popular.
Okay.
So at that I think affecting it because you have some bloggers who just step on one side and just and negative and so they love the country but then they're not good to say about the country or the program or try to encourage them. So yeah, we know those.
So, Mr. Speed, why you guys don't make because I think it can work in it, just maybe don't have the right personnel. So what about getting some of the same bloggers, because you said it's not all, some of the same bloggers, they're already doing this so far. And you said, so they could, you guys couldn't pay for a spot on the radio and do something like what I saw the Mavericks doing, like you have a daily show in which a vlogging like 3-4 vloggers come together and do a program. Vloggers that they can trust, maybe not me, or maybe I'm not included. I'm just saying, like people that has their following. You guys could pay them to do that. No, for me, I remember my time zone is different, and if I'm going to work, I'm making serious amount of money, and you already tell me say I get $1 million for the club. Me I can tell you how much I have to boy. Me can't. You have to do it for Jamaica, and I say, boy, look at that, too pretty, she needs some more extra gas to go this, So me, I can't take it up, but I could involve myself. I would definitely involve and try to give you at least 1 to 2 days, And Simon, see in the chat, he have to give it 3-4 days, And the next vlog will give you.
Yeah, no. It's a good thing. What's his name? But the 876 stream, them they are going to be handling that promotion, and they have done a good job with Premier League. So I'm kind of just going to trust them. Also, as I said, there's a sponsor coming up that's going to spend a good amount of money to cover the Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls World Cup qualifying. So we have that coming up too. So things really looking up, So I'm sure that, but these people, these corporate companies tend to go mainstream. So I'm thinking that yes, they will get connect with mainstream. I mean, 876 for the JPL did connect with mainstream somewhat, but he's 100% right. You need everybody to pitch in because it's our national program. Everybody have to pitch in if they're nationalists.
Reggae commentary said Maverick does not pay to be on the radio. He hosts, but I heard him talking about the people that he works for and stuff. So I don't know all of those things. So Simon, since you know all of those things and you can get on the radio free, we are the stars. So just get the radio and we will be there and we can be respectful and we are educated enough to deliver the same passion that we have on YouTube. And I can promise you, people will start to know about the rest of the players them, and we will sell the product for you. You get me? So Simon, since you know that, work on getting us the feed and we will be available. All right. Simon, keep on telling you, Mr. Speed, about what he has. I have calling numbers. It's not hard to have a calling number. I have systems here. I'm just saying we are acknowledged because, for instance, from my platforms, excluding the Imaxit, because the Imaxit is international, I can know that every month 1,500 people, 150,000 people will be passing through Mr. Speed. You need 70,000 of that just to know about the situation, so they can prioritize their things. If they want to go, if they want to buy a shirt, if they want to send a son or something, that is more people not knowing about the product. So all I'm saying is figure the way out and just open the doors so other people can get involved. But we don't have to bill it, because we want to help. But we can't always just start it, So Simon, work on that. That is your job, Simon, for the next 2 months. Get a radio feed so we can get on that thing. And we try to learn how to format it the proper way. You think you'd have supported that, Mr. Speed? If we can do it properly?
I call Simon and say, Simon, you hear the man? Deal with it. I'll give him a call too.
Yeah, man. I promise you, I will try to push it, and I will do 2 days, and then we can mash up. We can take over. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. Mavericks now have no space if we get on the radio. No space at all. We are the big football stars, them.
If you could get him to stop talking, that would have good.
Oh, Mr. Maverick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But Mr. Speed, you and the man talk every day. Are you out here? I've listened to you a couple of times, but if you have some competition over there, he has to start researching, Mr. Speed. That's the thing. Competition make you have to improve, don't? So now he has to go and get the information on the overseas players and stuff. Yes, man.
Give me a hard time to man, so me understand.
No, I heard you. I know why you said he should stop talking. Because every day you're not man.
That's the difference. That's the thing. As I said, when it come to the players, the national players, and from you players come, I think the level of mainstream. I think we take the time in to really research the players, watch the players, see what the players are doing. So we basically can give you the full information on the players. I think a lot of person from mainstream me that.
Okay.
Right? Simon been doing it since before he even make the breakthrough for mainstream. So I'm not really gonna even put Simon. But most of the journalists, it's really when football comes, they like who play Premier League, they might follow him up. When a new player come, they don't even follow where he's coming from. The party he take. Right? I've even seen person talk about Latibodier, who basically was a youth captain for England coming up, and a lot of them didn't even know that. So I said we will take the extra time, we will watch a game so we can sit and analyze and break them. So when they get called to the national team, it's not like, oh, who's this player? We know what the player is doing.
Simon said we have to get some things going, but I think that is a very good idea. And even if I don't have to get involved, as what people said, I've done enough. But I'm telling you, Simon, that would be something that changes the game. Remember, we know players before them even come to Jamaica. So I'm telling you, if JFF can get it done, if they can convince, if they are convinced that we can get the job done, and it's a means of helping, believe me, they can get it done, man. We're Jamaicans, and broadcasting commission is inside Jamaica, Simon. So I know you can get it done, Simon. But think about it still, because I think that is something that can change the game, Simon. Just listen to me, Remember, I've always been here telling you things, but I never listen. All right, Mr. Speed. Believe me, if you get with that, the stadium we can get 10,000 people in the stadium. I'm not going to say we are going to ram the stadium, but you can convince more people to get on board, and at least they're going to be aware of what's taking place. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I have one little link for on radio station. I got to talk to the person, and we can get up on some of them show. I'm sure. Let me just deal with it and we get back to you.
Yeah, man, and we start work it out to get more. All right, we can start with that. Let me start with that and see where it goes.
Yeah, not a whole station, just a slot. So when you come here,
yes,
you have your topics. Yeah, I agree with one.
Yeah, man, because you can be a lot of people listening and they don't have the information, and they just need someone to bring the information. So Simon, you need to be on the radio, Simon. All right,
JD, we need to deal with that. You name Brian Mighty.
Oh yeah. You need to give Brian Marty. What's going on with Brian now? So do you remember Mr. Speed? Brian, can't talk to Brian. Brian, hungry you.
No, him asked if Cavalier carry the ball into the final. Because so let me tell you something more. So when you look, like Mount Pleasant, them have all of them ball are the same ball. Them walk with them select, I think select on the ball, and them use them just have like a million select ball. So we do the same. We have our brand that we use. So the semi-final, when it was our home game time, we say no, we're using our ball. Because that's what we do at CONCACAF, or we do at Caribbean Club Championship. When it's your game, you enjoy certain rights. You have choice of shirt, jersey, color. If there's a clash, you have certain rights, and you can also carry the balls. So there was a dispute in the semi-final about the balls. So I just want to tell Brian, there was no dispute in the finals about the balls. It wasn't my game, so I used the balls at the carry.
Okay, Simon's saying that everything is working. Everything is okay. They're planning everything. So that means what all I'm saying, Simon, what I was just talking about wouldn't really come in between what 876 doing. It's just we freely trying to add something. That's all we're saying. We weren't trying to step on 876 at all. But tell you what, Simon, if you think everything is good, everything is good. I need less work, I'm okay with less.
No.
I was just trying to involve myself and try to push my power into things, that's all.
No, I agree with you. The more people carry the message, and the more fans are coming in the stadium. If I even 10 more, I still want the 10 more, because 10 carry 10 more. So
yes. And I am sending 10 people there. At least 10 people contact me. And we are paying for the tickets to go as well. And obviously we are going to convince more. So yeah, man. Okay, Mr. Simon, thanks, sir. Thanks. I'm just saying we don't want to crush any corn because we're not looking for anything. I just believe that it's a way that we can help free of charge, So if I'm giving an hour to that program, we're going to give an hour, do research and bring you our topics and stuff, Yeah, man. Well, says congratulations to you, Mr. Spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay, I don't know why everyone giving to Mr. Spade now and saying Mr. Spade is a big coach. So when he made tell you the last year, when he never actually believe, he had to beat up top a couple times for you guys to believe. All right.
This is 4 final in basically a year.
Okay. So Mr. Speed get Oliver beaten. Mr. Speed, you didn't hear say get Oliver beaten.
Yeah, man. Never say he lose it. The Links Cup and then the Premier League last season. And the Caribbean Cup.
But Marlon, your team spent 500 billion. You shouldn't lose no game. We're not gonna make a get away with that because Simon love Marlon love Mount Pleasant. Marlon, you can just give the money credit.
So Jerry, we give him credit already, sir. What did I say with that Speed? That was the congratulations for putting out a tactical show out there, right? And I said it. I basically said it. He has been to the penalty shootout already. Won it. So his players have a wider exposure when it comes to the Caribbean competition. So basically, and the CONCACAF. So that really shows, and it works out for him. But
Mr.
it's funny, you know. This is what the fourth final that has gone to penalty out of 6.
Okay. But Marlon, now go stop in the man. Marlon,
Yeah,
you know what? Team never lose nothing. Mr. Speed never win nothing.
Awesome. JD, my main objective as a Mount Pleasant supporter was be in the Caribbean Cup so we can move forward and then test ourselves to see where the team is when it comes to playing the Caribbean Cup. That Speed Cavalier has been there 2 times, right? And was in the final. Basically made it onto CONCACAF. Had the experience of playing Cincinnati. I think they could have ended up with a draw the first game. Had things otherwise hitting the post and stuff. But I basically know that when they go to Cincinnati, it have been tough, and it shows something as an exposure. Because when you take a Jamaican Premier League team to go up that team budget, we're spending more than 100 million, right? Even more players can't really compete with them. But you see part in the game where the exposure is really, and the experience they get from it really build them.
No.
Okay,
What he's saying is so true. And to be honest, I didn't think anybody lose this year because of because I know that the main aim was to go in the Caribbean Club Championship. That was Mount Pleasant main aim. And once both of us achieved that from winning the semi-final, I think that by itself was just a great achievement to play. It's like you're playing the UEFA Champions League. So yeah, and the sky's the limit because now the players will be exposed. They keep copious records and notes on every player performance. So even if a scout start to look at your player, they will have recording of all the games and your pass completion rate, how much everything will be recorded, how much tackles you win. And to me, you can't want to do anything else if you're in Jamaica now than to play in that competition because of what it offers. So yeah.
Simon said, "Why am I going to come to the game?" All right, Simon, the money that I am spending to buy the tickets would have been my plane fare, Simon. Hopefully, you match my tickets, Simon. Any amount of tickets you match, Simon, I will buy them. Just show me the proof, and I will buy the same amount of tickets. You come in here to style me. You hear them something, Mr. Speed? He must style me, and there is no games passing. I've not bought tickets, You understand me? I'm out here style me if I'm not going to turn up. You don't need me to have 50 persons, Mr. Speed. I'm still doing the thing, sending more people there.
Do your part. Yeah, do your
Wow. This you see, Simon, it's okay. It's okay, Simon. Mr. United, massive respect, said the Reggae Boys community will provide a marching band banner and give 200 tickets to the less fortunate. Well, I don't know who is the Reggae Boys community. I have no clue with what they are talking about. Well, contact Mr. Speed them so they can have the 200 tickets to give the people them and they can advertise that ticket.
I just think him should take out the words the less fortunate.
Yes, take out the less fortunate and anybody. All right, because even if me have my money and me can't get it free, I am going to go because at least me can put the money to the gas to put in the car. So
I don't want it sound so. I don't want it to sound right. Less fortunate. Take out the word the next time.
Yes, Mr. United, no, less fortunate. You are giving away 200 tickets. Tell the people where you can get the tickets, sir. All right. Yes, because 200 people would be a good amount. Yes. So Simon, you hear? I call you live on here. Put up 100 tickets, and I will buy 200, and then I will be a part of the reggae community. All right. I don't want the name, but I will just pay for it. You're too bright and feisty. Yes, so Mr. Speed, congratulations. I don't care about what the one Marlon have to say because he starts to come down to numbers, how much time you beat Tapper and this and that. But you have done great, man.
JD, me have this conversation Wednesday. I'm going to tell him basically the game plan him come with. See me in front of you there. I tell him
you should tell Tapper. You should have tell Tapper what he come with. So Tapper should have planned it. So that means me have to give Mr. Speed more credit then. Because if you tell him where you know him ever come with and Tapper don't know it, or Tapper know it and couldn't stop it, that may make the man At 2 wins, me I go give him then. 2 win him get.
So we don't give him that jail because that and the best thing still I said it was the 2 best team in the league, right? So Montpellier won it and points and Cavalier won the championship.
Yeah, but when you call him Mr. Speed, before you answer, we need to give this one. What you have planned for? Because we're not gonna. We want to see an even pass a run in the Conca. I mean, know it's hard, But what you have planned for the CONCACAF Championship now? Because that's the big talk, Not JPL. What you have planned for the CONCACAF?
Well, I think the Caribbean Cup will be harder this time anyway, because last time people wasn't so prepared for it, but everybody's gearing up for it. So I see in Trinidad, not even the defense force who won the title last year qualified this year. 2 different teams, so that step up. Then Haiti has 2 spots in the league too. So again, Haiti always good. Their teams are always. Bow, who is go to everyone nowadays from Dominican Republic, and I can't remember Mocha. So they were in it last year. So they have returned. So they are more experienced too. So getting through the Caribbean Cup is gonna be tricky. Robin Hood will come through the Shield qualifying process, and so will Arnett. I think Defense Force is in that too. So again, that competition going to be a cracker for the only.
You have the team from Guadeloupe same way and one from Martinique.
Yes, and only the top 2 come out of that for join us in the Caribbean Cup. So it's gonna be much harder to get through, I think. But I think Mount Pleasant will be able, and Cavalier will be able to go far. We just need to avoid each other in the semi-final if we can, and avoid each other too in the draw. I think we'll avoid each other in the draw. I don't think they'll put 2 teams from the same country in the draw. But I know that Mount Pleasant and Spade is the number 1 ranked teams.
So 80 gets for 2 spots
80?
while not playing. So why they gave 80 spots? They took away spots from him last time.
Yeah, but they have a Premier League going on.
Okay, good. Oh, that makes it even a little bit difficult. So you said it's going to be a little challenging to get there back, and you get a good capital to qualify, right? So your aim is to qualify to get back there.
Yes.
Again,
well, first, second, and third go to the CONCACAF Champions League, but when you come second or third, you get some of the hardest team up front, right up front. You have to win it to get one of the easier teams.
Yeah, you get a buy when you win.
Yeah, you get and you might get a team when you're so hot, but if you come second or third, yes, you get to a tough team, and that's really what happens. But still, I would, to be honest, I think we could have done much better than what we did, to be honest, with better preparation and knowing what we're going into. And next time, I think we'll do much better. Plus, I think our team is better this year than last year.
Okay.
And I think to be fair, still remember, Busy wasn't there and King wasn't there either. So in the Caribbean Shield, they eventually came and joined back for the
Plus, there was some young players still learn the craft. Because our process, them still, when we start playing, we had a lot of players who were playing that never played in a Premier League game before. So all of that accounted. This time, I think we're a little bit more experienced.
Because even when I told person that Adrian Reid was in school playing Manning Cup, they were like, if I'm serious, I say, yeah.
Well, he played the first game, And then
yeah, man, I remember.
Okay. So you're definitely aiming to qualify. That's your heights right now, and then you can think about it. Because you want to consistently qualify to the Champions League. Okay. No, I got it, and I think that is fair. I can't force it to say that we have to get a win over one of these MLS teams instant. I think you have to make it like 2-3 times before people start expecting to put up a fight against them, because you will get enough capital to improve your team a little bit more. Right? That is justified.
Correct.
No. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna be a delusional people.
No, everything. Look here. People don't understand with the small margins, even if you score a goal, everything has to be right. Because next time we go, we'll be able to eat better. Because we figure out.
Sorry.
Yeah,
man.
There's a whole heap of things where you can do better, train better. You might decide to find a field where you don't have to come off in a 1 hour to do a little bit more. Because I don't like you want to do the more time, but maybe you want to explain something more. But because when you get the training field, that's 1 hour, So there's a whole heap of things you can do different once you're more experienced, and will help you with the game of the day.
Okay, fair enough. I think that is fair, man, because all of those things, I just wanted people to know. So if they want to be interested in Cavaliers, that is a good thing, you know? Yeah. Squad just dropped. Okay, well, that is for next day because I'm done for today. We just wanted to congratulate Mr. Speed because Mr. Speed he's doing a good job and we can't beat the man. But yesterday when he does something very well, we ain't going to give him that respect. So I love the fact that a lot of people turn up, at least in the comment section, and give their respect to Mr. Speed, and hopefully he looks at them different as well to say that maybe it's not everyone on YouTube in the chat is the same, because these people turn up today and I've not seen anything aside from Demo. Demo is just a top of fan. Demo and Marlon is just two top of no. Demo is unrealistic. He's not realistic at all. Yeah. So
me and Tapa are right, more pleasant, right? But that's where me and Tapa story is. But as I said, still, it was a good season. Good season. The team that I was really afraid of getting to that top 6, Mobe got in that top 6. I think they would have basically do a lot of damage. They're gonna be out there next season as well. So next season, I think everybody have to really improve. And I think the overseas players coming in the league really enhance it, and everybody know basically see what's going on. That's Speed of a couple. There's a couple of Mompes and Mobe is really, and it's. I think even the small side now have to really start looking that way to get a player that can really enhance their team.
Okay. Mr. Speed, a few more because I want to hold you up. Guys, remember to hit the like button. Support the program. Get it to 150 at least. We have 160 people here. You can't tell me that you can't find the like button. Mr. Eager says, can you ask Mala, mute your mic. I'm getting a feedback. Can you ask Mr. Speed if he has a time frame for Richard King leaving Jamaica? But we are talking about how good Jamaica football getting. So maybe he can spend a year or two more there just the same. But Mr. Speed, and what you have to say about Richard King?
No, I would have liked him to leave already. So I just want people to understand that I'm not the type of club that wants players to stick around, as soon as our deal come. And remember that he went to Iceland last year. So we are trying to hold him back or anything. But the deal have to be right and he have to feel comfortable going there. So he may be gone in the summer. I don't know.
Okay. Mr. Jason said, Spade, how important is the balance between moving players on and keeping them for competitions you have to play?
Once them ready for move, them gone. I am not keeping them. I'll have to find a different way.
Mr. United said, Sir Speed, can the guy from Antigua play for Jamaica?
Yeah, he's a Jamaican. He has a Jamaican passport and an Antiguan passport. He was born in Jamaica, left when he was about 10 or 11, came back at 18, left again last year, and then he came back this year and played for us. So he can play for both countries, yes.
That is Calvin.
Yes,
Calvin.
He played national under 20 for Antigua, though.
So the fact that he's doing so good, Mr. Speed, in the league, which I know about him. I knew about him from before, and not just this season. But Mr. Speed, so why is it we never invested him? Because he's as young as Dixon. But people talk about
1 year older. 1 year older.
Yes.
But he has scored 16 goals last season, 13
Yes.
in the Premier League, 3 in the Caribbean Cup, and he has 10 assists, 7 in the Premier League. And so he's really the MVP of the league as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't take penalty. All of those goals are scored in open play. So I think he's probably the MVP.
So why people never invested in him? Is it that they thought his head was turned to different countries or something?
No, as I said before, remember the school effect. Kaheem would have played for London College and everybody knows him. The whole Jamaica know him playing.
Okay.
The Antiguan has been quiet and people don't realize how good he is.
Simon, write up his name. Make sure him there at the next camp. All right? Yes. Simon, you need to write his name down because he's a quality player, and it's not Simon. It's a long time. He's a quality player, and I heard you're writing down all his birth date and everything. So Simon, you knew about him. So we need to see him at the camp. Yeah, man. So Mr. Speed, we're not gonna hold you up. If you want to rally back one of these days, we have no problem. Yeah, man. But this was a fun one. So Mr. Speed, take care and make sure you stay in good health. And if you have any investment that you want to push out there, you let we know, because if we can invest in the clubs to get back some return, we would be happy. I look like a lot of ballers will be selling soon.
All right, thank you, JD.
You can make the transfer budget bigger, eh?
I'm here, Jamaican 1,000. I'm saying, okay, they look like we need to buy some new ballers then.
100,000 Jamaican, you know.
Yeah, that's what you said. So
not Mount Pleasant 100,000. Mount Pleasant only 100,000 US.
So that's what Marlon said. He must look like JD have to come try improve the budget, and that's what me I said, because me I said it look like we can buy some Oliver ball and bring our Cavaliers then.
Yeah.
And win back the league. But let me see. Mr. Speed said, organize things where we can improve. So let me see when they put it up on the market.
Yeah.
All right, so Mr. Speed, take care then.
Thanks. Marlon.
All right.
Great.
All right, so that was the great Mr. Speed. We have to congratulate the man. As what someone says, Marlon, this man and Mount Pleasant is something different. Him just can't eat. He can't abide in bias. Why you
Will I give him money credit, sir? I give him credit.
Marlon, people listen, and people say Marlon so hurt, man.
I give him money credit, right? I give him credit, and
Speed a bigger coach than Tapa. That's all me I tell you. Me I tell you. All right, me I watch you. Me does not talk.
Tapa get all coach in the final, and anybody watch football can see that. He got all coach. I think in react by really making a change, but he also made two late changes as well. That could have really affect the game more. But that said, he was all coach. Last year he got the better Speed, and I think last year Cavalier was better attacking, because they had the leading goal scorer. But this year they were a more rounded team.
All right. So people have made a poll just to see what people says. We have 171. Can you focus on the poll and give me some take? Mr. Commentary said, JD, I want you to check with me for the other Jamaicans in Netherlands, Belgium. And we see if they can buy tickets to the game for June 6th. Okay. Well, you have to just let me know, It's not about tickets. It's about people going to the stadiums. I don't think it has always been about tickets, more than people going to the stadiums. Because remember, I had times when I had more tickets than people to go to the stadium, Simon. But maybe you're not. You were too busy. You never realize those things. Yeah, man. Sometimes we have more tickets than people going to the stadium, to be honest. Yes, so Marlon, I put a poll out there. Let me check the poll, because we're gonna give it 10 more minutes, guys, and then we are over for the rest of the day. But I want to see how the poll will work. Guys, get the likes up on the video. Let me get at least 150 on this one, so we can get some visibility out there. All right, Mr. Speed, deserve it, man. We hate on Mr. Speed too long. And the man out here beating up people. I know we need people in the stadium. That is why we have to email it to them or WhatsApp them. Okay, so you need to give it to them directly. Okay. We're going to work on things. Let me get the poll. Where's the poll? All right. Marlon, 32 votes gone already, Marlon. 88% of them is a Speed. Are you telling me that Mr. Speed buy out the fans them? He can't buy the fans them. Mount Pleasant have more money. So... No, Marlon, it's not looking good, Marlon. Even believe you.
No, but most people fans them most of them you're not really find them online, JD.
Okay, I stay them alone, them can go. Okay. Marlon said more present fans them come online. Wow.
Let me know the heart, I think.
All right. So Marlon, based on what you saw from Mount Pleasant, do you think that they can make that big step up? Like he can
Um,
just
they need a striker. They need a striker. If you basically look, if you look at the team, the two strikers goal ratio for Mount Pleasant is 4 goal. The two strikers is 4 goal, right? Green came and played half season and had 7. I think Chung had 6. Um, Sule had 7 as well, who was captain and he was playing left back, right? Inverted all over the place. So last year we had Trevante, who was scoring goals. So we didn't have that this season. So I think that was a bit because even when they tried to use Daniel Green as a striker, um I think what Trevante had last year, he really bulldozed the defenders, right? We didn't have that this season. So he had somebody who was always in the box, always he was a beast to our defenders last season, right? So I think that was a difference. Um when you look we look at a Waterhouse with Javi and Brian.
Jesus Christ, man, I
For,
say him
for,
not play.
yeah, man.
Jesus.
No, I'm talking.
You're talking the truth, you know. But I'm
Uh,
just saying, how much money you not spend on the can't have a
yeah,
striker?
yes, JD, the strikers, they bought a striker, but I said they didn't deliver. That's the thing. And
Okay.
if you basically look at the history of the team, the club still, I think Trevante, when they bought Trevante, a lot of press was why they buy Trevante and Trevante never scored 10 goals in the league. But he came, he was a leading scorer for them the 2 seasons there, right? And we basically saw went to Italy. It took a lot of time for him to really settle down there. And we know Syria is a top 5 league, so for him to really leave there and get that experience, I know he's getting used to the Serbian league, right? Playing better and better, right? I think he's very much sharp right now. And person watching the Serbian league, if they watch him, he looks like the player who
He's
was
better.
playing
He's
last
better,
season,
man. He's better.
right? The physicality is there. He's getting back the speed and the confidence level is there. But even JD, there was a lot of flaws to his game the same way. But I saw
Yeah.
him against Juventus in the Coppa Italia, and he gave Gatti the right centre back. Every era the league went off for them, he won them, and that guy is like 6'6". So it shows me that he's learning and he's getting better now. When you watch him, in Serbia now, he's a different player. Because even when he played against Junior Fleming last week, which both of them scored in the game, we could basically see what he's learning. Still need to work on the first touch, be more sharper, right? But I
And
think,
the
as I said,
positioning for finishing.
the position, yeah, because
Yeah,
sometimes he's out of position.
his strength was always there. I had to give him that. His strength is always there, but he gets a little bit sharp on his strength. But I just believe that he puts himself out of position to even get into the position to shoot and finish. You understand me? So I can't even grade his finishing as yet. But he's getting better though. I think
He's
it's
getting
the
better.
because he's changing leagues, you know? It's hard to get everything
And
going.
remember, no, is when you move to a top 5 league, and first we're saying, oh, he's not good, but look at it. You leave from a semi-pro league to go to play in Syria, right? That's what you call a dream, right? That became a reality. Although even him himself thought that would have made a move from Mount Pleasant to go to Syria, right? Even when I spoke to him last year, he was more like the move is there. Most persons were probably saying Charlton Athletic as scores were here from Charlton last year, right?
Which maybe
And
that would have been a better deal for him when we are looking at it now, you know, because I think he could have done better there, you know. And obviously, people there, you have other Jamaicans there
I
that would
think
have
so.
tried to help him out and stuff.
I think if you also remember, no, Italy is a different culture, language barrier again. So, and remember when you go to play in a top league, it's not a learning process for you. We are looking for you
Yeah,
to add.
thank you very much.
With the amount of player that Salernitana they signed last year, right? So if you go there and you're not performing, right, you have Nigeria international, Swedish international, a Chilean international here, and you're going to Jamaica international as well. His agent did an excellent job. I think that's one of the biggest transfer he has made out of Jamaica. Yes, we can say Boza is a success story and Kaheem Paris, but I think getting Trevante into Syria was really a big move for him.
And to be
So
honest, you can't write him off as yet, You can't
no,
write him
no,
off as yet because
when
remember, he starts at a way higher level than everybody else. So
it's
if he can
well,
settle the right place, that would be good.
because if and when Percy I said that Fleming deserve a recall, right? The guy is performing. Right now, you have the two biggest team in the league basically having eyes on him, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And it
So
showed you something. It showed you something. The level is there. He went to Toulouse. He didn't work out because you left
he,
USL, going to a team that's getting promoted to League A, and the development is not there. So you basically, it didn't work out for him here, but it show when you go to a league and you get comfortable. Yes, we agree it's down from League A, but the Serbian Super League is very competitive. Same way. Every year they have a team in Champion League.
yeah, but this I think before because I wanted to wrap up the show, but the conversation people have to look at people Marlon. What's up with this hype of we're coming from Jamaica? Jamaica is one of the biggest leagues in the world. Or in CONCACAF, we are not one of the biggest leagues in CONCACAF. So this obsession with we need to go to the biggest leagues. Why we keep on looking at that when we need to go and do something? So why we need to catch at a league that we're not doing anything? So if a man at Arsenal and not getting any game or not doing anything at any high level, I'm going to pick Flemings over him because he's doing something. You understand, my Marlon? And that's the problem. I don't know why people keep on and look at that. Why them keep on and go out the way, the Marlon? Me not understand.
But JD, if we look back at right, look back at this. Remember before our players basically was basically England, right? We have Ghana had a breakthrough, then Pearl, Tapa, Nandi, um went there. Ricketts, then you had Claude Davis, Stoopies, Omar Daly, right? Jermaine Johnson. Fuller came off there, and Shelton went to Sheffield when they went to Premier League. So, but you look at it, Scandinavia was another outlet as well, right? I think Sheffield United sided Demar Phillips and Jason Morris. They went on loan. So if you look at it now, for us to really get the players moving into Europe, right? Personally, we're giving the players and say that going to USL is not good enough. Now they're getting a chance to go expose themselves in Europe, especially Eastern Europe, right? So and they're getting playing time and they're doing okay. So we have to really say congrats to them. And we know they're not coming from the highest league and they're not coming from the best coaching system. Remember now, when a player when a coach, a team looking at your stats, right, and the director say, okay, we're gonna get this player, and you look for the stats and they ask, who's the coach? Remember, so they're gonna check everything, the level of coaching license, the quality of the league. So
Yeah.
so all those factors here. So when the players get a chance to go to Europe, right? Remember, so Europe have most of the higher level coaches, right? Just being in Germany, in Hamburg the other day, doing the scouting and thing, and it's a whole different story. When they show you how to break down a game and find out players' strength and weakness and stuff, it's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
So,
true.
so basically, when a player make the move, we have to support them and really give them the support and hope they move on and how they transition from it.
But Marlon, this Calvin guy, which we know him a while now, that tells you what Jamaica is all about. And I think this is the failure of Jamaica right in front of our eyes. You realize that? Because one man play Manning Cup, so he gets pushed. And the next man that is doing better in a higher league at the same age, which a couple months apart, you don't look at him. You don't even acknowledge that person because one. So that's what I'm saying. So sometimes we miss some of the real cores, real gems. Them we miss some of the real gems, and because of our belief of running down just the glitter. You understand me? Not saying Kaheem Dixon or Rispa ain't good. I'm never saying that. I'm just saying sometimes we really miss some quality players because we're not paying everything attention. We're only paying the glitter, the attention. That's all I'm saying. What say you on that, Marlon? Am I overreacting, or you think that is true?
Well, I think still, I think as I said this season, I think for the local training camp, I think he actually deserves a call up. Because if you look at the players who were scoring goals there with him, Fletcher was there, right? Javi and Brian went there. We had Justin Dunn. Um, we know Kaheem came out with the whole hype and excitement from basically from Manning Cup and Dakasa Cup, everything come through, and brought it into the Premier League as well. And I can tell you this, JD. The energy still, as I said, he has a lot of improvement to do, but you see the energy he has on the field. I think if he continue and get in the proper system, the coaching and everything, I think the next 2 years we could have a very good player out of him. Still need to work on his physical game, but if you give him space on that field, right? And what I like with him, even Sunday was there, Sunday watching him, because even when they play Cavalier in the semi-final, I think Xavier made a mistake from him. He wasn't really having a good game against Ainsworth. And we know Ainsworth is not the most physical player. Ainsworth was winning all of those duels, whether ground duel or air duel, and he was basically playing physical. So I said that's something he need to work on. But when he find himself in the comfort, and what I like with himself, he always try to make himself free. Even the game, the third place player, he was having a field day because the left back wasn't marking him. He come inside and then he went back outside, so he was having a field day there. But he has a really he has a talent. He has a talent. I was think get him in a better system. He could be very, very good.
All right, answer the one in Marlon and then we don't know here. All right. Mylanko said, why we not seeing more Mount Pleasant Academy players transitioning?
Players are there now. Some of them you might not see them play for Mount Pleasant, but they are playing in the league.
Yes, that's what I would
Right?
advise.
You have the Devante Hodges, you have Barrett, you have what's his name again? The other players are there. As I said, the good thing about it now, the second the academic players are playing in tier 2, doing very well as well, right? And they have a lot of multinational players there. So it's not only Jamaican players that they have there playing. So it's really something special that they're doing there. So as I said, most of them might not really come out. Devante has been the star, right? I think he's a highlight player come out of it. Hodges left and went to Dunby Holland and did okay after Manning Cup for them same way. So, but the players are there same way. But you have to understand, I think for Mount Pleasant, look at this. I think it's only season that the players, the two teams that went on, Dunby and Mount Pleasant, didn't get relegated that season. If you look at the other season coming through, most teams went up, they get relegated. So the structure was there, and I think for them to really come up that season, you have to get experienced players, and it worked out. But
all right, people, we're gonna finish it right there because, as you know, I have to run. Marlon, thanks again, big boss. What you said tomorrow we have a show. Let me know if you have if you're busy tomorrow, and we might run back a next one.
Lima got beat for Liverpool.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, all right. So people, tomorrow I will try to be back, but I run 2 shows today, so at least you give me the respect. So hit the like button. So let me see the likes on this video. If we reach 200, maybe I will consider doing the next show. But thanks again, Marlon. Thanks, Mr. Speed. Congratulations, and make sure to keep on doing the great work. All right.
All right. Bless up everyone in the chat.